Hilarious. Okay. Sorry about that. OBS did the thing again where it was like, what if I just fucking muted your mic? Very easy to fix, but I just have to check randomly and make sure that, every time I go live, I have to check that it hasn't done that. The past like 9 times that I've gone live, I've checked and it hadn't done that. Of course, obviously, the way things work is the one time that I don't check, the one time that I just go live and start doing other shit, it of course does decide to break itself. That's fine. That's how it goes. But hello, Benjamin, Balzea, Ash, Salty, what's going on, man? Shatter. It may sound absurdly specific, but if you reach combo limit with a normal, special cancel it, and the special lands, can the special benefit from motion input damage? If you cancel the special in any way, no, Shatter. Because it's not a matter... The actual... I understand the question that you're trying to get at, right? Like, say you had a special move that was so slow startup that it would actually, like, wait out the invincibility from combo limit and hit them post-invuln, right? And technically, then, it's not part of the same combo. So would that, would that work out that way? To my understanding, the answer is no. You can probably try this out with, like, Belial's medium Vasaraga or something like that. Some really slow acting special move. Because, again, it doesn't actually... Whether or not it's in a combo doesn't matter. It's simply, did you cancel it out of a normal, or was it linked, right? So, whether it's combo limit, not combo limit, in a combo, raw, whatever, right? The thing that is determining if you get the bonus motion input damage is if it was canceled out of the recovery of another move or normal, right? Not anything to do with whether or not it was in a combo, right? Only Abare specialists care about technical inputs. If you're canceling from a normal, it does full damage. No, that also is wrong, I think. I don't know what exactly you mean, but you can certainly... It's not just only raw specials that care. You can get damage from special moves in a combo as well, but it has to be... it just has to be raw and not linked, right? Combo invincibility ends. Thought they were invincible till they hit the ground. Well, yeah, sure. I mean, you could just... What if your special was so slow that it waited out, they hit the ground, and then were uninvulned, and then they got hit, right? Also, should we start? Yeah, sure thing, Alcina. I'll set up the... Yep. I'll set up the overlay and stuff like that, kind of while you guys go. Vera. We'll do a Gamba starting on match 2. Mama Faffy. And... Alcina. 0-0. Pools. Get the actual scoreboard on here. What's going on, Kill? Just watch your video by fighting zoners. Just want to share that I think it makes a lot of sense. I'm glad to hear that, man. I think it's not like a crazy, like, whoa, no one's ever, like, thought of this before, but I think it is the kind of thing that can go under people's radars if they don't, like, all like, higher level players probably, they watch that and they go, like, yeah? What the fuck are you talking about, right? But I think it can go under people's radars if you haven't really thought about, what the zoner matchup entails, right? Oh, boy. Alright, let me get this up on here. Vayne versus Vera. What a time to be alive. Any special that's cancelled does full damage, including canceling transient into a K special. Specials that are cancelled do not get the, technical input bonus, though, Poe. They do full damage, yes, but they don't do 110% damage, is what we're referring to. I believe, at least, is what Shatter is asking about. He's asking about the 10% extra damage that you get from doing, like, 2-3-6 plus light instead of, like, just hitting the special weapon, right? I didn't have words for it before, and I think that's why Fair's been kicking my ass lately. Well, I mean, I'm glad that if it can be helpful to anyone, I'm glad to hear it. But yeah, canceling specials doesn't penalize their damage, you're correct. It's more that it doesn't give them bonus damage, right? It's not that they do less than 100%, it's that they don't do more than 100%. If you count, like, the base damage of the special as the, the non-technical input damage value. Ow. Good ol' counter hit stun dipper. Doing RS into technical super usually do more than RS into 2H into super cancel? I don't actually, you could do the math for this. The first 2 hits of any combo are unscaled, right? So, if you did RS into technical super, you would be getting the full damage of... don't do Raging Chain, because Raging Chain will scale the combo heavily post 1.5. But if you just did like Raging Strike into the crumple, you're plus 15, right? And you just did technical super linked from there, probably. Well, it depends on the character. It depends on the heavy. It depends on the super, right? Because the third move in a combo, I believe, does 70% damage, right? So if 100%, yeah, probably. I think it's 70% damage the third hit of a combo does. So if 100% of your heavy damage is more than 30, I was saying at the end of a combo, so I assume it's fully scaled. Oh, okay. No, in that case, it's almost always better to hit. At least I know for Ladiva anyway. This is a little maybe a bad example because Ladiva has a very high damaging close H, right? But for Ladiva, at least, it's always better to go, like, close H into 720 versus doing raw 720. Slightly better. We're talking, like, 20 damage more, right? But it is better to go for heavies into supers, usually, if you have the combo limit for it. I found a similar thing on Sandalphon as well, right?
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
Born to install, Grand Blue is a fuck, kill them all, 214U, I am a Mash Vera. Yeah, 410 billion block DPs, good meme. Rare meme these days. At the end of a combo, probably better to do the heavies. Now, Ladiva is a bit of a weird case because both her heavy does a lot more damage than normal and her super does a lot more damage than normal. But I feel like on Sandalphon, who is much more normal, you know, like regular ass, like 1,000 damage close H or whatever, and 6,000 damage SSPA, I think I found the same thing as well. Can't believe this Brig guy's exposed us zoner mains. Listen, I'm a grappler player, okay? I have to do everything I can to make your lives more painful. There's an inherent animosity there. It's just how it's gotta be. Rat down. Indeed. Hello, Anita. How's it going? Rat down. I think that is my favorite voice line. It's like, it's become my favorite voice line in the video game. The way she delivers it too is just, it's so like whiny in like in a cute way. Rat down. Ow. Sure. I'm not sure if that 6XM was punishable or not. I think from round start, spacing like that, Allison didn't really move too far forward or anything. I think they were like safe-ish, but lost the game, unfortunately. Fuck, man. Okay, Valzea, I know you're talking about your tournament match, but like, I just fucking shit, man. It's been a while. It's been a little bit. You know, I just fucking lost the game, and I'm gonna have to take all of chat down with me. I'm sorry. But you also all just lost the game. But like I know Valzea was talking about that I know I'm aware it's why. What's going on, man? But yeah, oh no, you're saying that's to Valzea probably. Yeah. But yeah, like I know Val was talking about their tournament match, right? But they woke up and they're like, well, lost the game unfortunately, and I was just like, well, fuck, man. Most round start 6XMs are punishable. Ooh, okay. Guy who doesn't have a low 6XM. Vayne 6-6 series is really good, so I doubt it was punishable. His 6-6H is really nice, certainly. His 6-6M, I'm not sure. His 6-6H is literally never punishable, right? You can't spot dodge that shit. Maybe you can double spot dodge it into some fanciness. But it's always safe on block for him.
Now that we've settled our
Game ended years ago, Brick. I even have picture proof. That's quitter mentality, man. That's quitter mentality. Drop the combo. Happens. Alright, so that's Alicina. Was gonna lose anyway, though. It's scary times out here in the intermediate bracket, man. There ain't no shame in it, certainly. You got hit with the UR dog shit, though. That's honestly that's BM right there. 6M's -8 at worst for Vayne, so from that spacing, definitely safe. Fair. Cool. So we're gonna wait a little bit on either Pone and Papo to finish their match right there, or on Honko and Merrick. So we can wait for a sec. It's all good. I'll admit I played stupid. If it works though, right? I mean, if you're talking about keeping continuously doing like wake up ult skills on Vasaraga, I don't think that's that's only stupid if your opponent knows the counterplay, right? If people know how to play against, I think Vasaraga's U skills are a huge knowledge check for a lot of people, right? As evidenced by how many people complain about like U tackle and shit, right? So if people don't know what to do about you doing wake up U tackle, wake up command grab, stuff like that, if they don't realize that that's basically an option selectable reversal choice, then it's not stupid at all. Keep fucking doing that shit, man. May have lost the first set 2-0, but caught a B trying to round start riding free with 2-1-4L, so I'm okay with myself. There you go. See, it's the little things. Am I next on stream? It depends basically on, I mean, theoretically it's midnight who's next, but it depends. If If Honko and Merrick finish their match first, then, you know, he's next. If Pone and Papu finish their match first, then you're next. If they both finish at a similar time, then yeah, midnight. I go kind of top to bottom, so it'll be midnight. I'm so scared of that shield, so I always go in. Well, I mean, your instincts are correct, Alcina. You got it. That is the answer. The problem with shield is that it loses to you 6-6Ling through it. You know, or you 6-6, just dash, get past the shield, and then 6-6L the Vayne behind it, right? It's tough. His 6H is -4, so never punishable. That's correct. Also 13 frame startup, huge range, clash level 4, good corner carry, really, really good move. Yeah, yeah. He's got some good ass dash normals, certainly. I'll come hang out in the room. What's the pass? Brawl, good sir. It's they have a feature now. You can put the password on the screen. You see? It's on the top left right there. But I guess the thing that, you know, makes Vayne's 6-6 you could argue makes it worse than some of like the really, really good ones is that it's also never plus, right? Like I actually, before I spread misinformation on the internet, while we're waiting here, let me actually try this out. But I believe, for example, that this guy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think this guy's 6-6 is ever punishable. I think this thing, maybe I'm wrong, but I think even point blank, that thing is -3, and you can space it to be plus, right? So like that's sort of the one thing that Vayne's 6-6 doesn't have, is there's no... Oh, please block, good sir. Can this thing be punishable? Does that make Vasaraga 6-6 the best because it's always plus? I mean, it is good, but Vasaraga 6-6, it being plus is a huge boon all the time, but it is very slow, if I remember correctly, right? Is it? If it's not super slow, then like maybe, honestly, but hold on. Like this thing can never be punishable, right? Stop doing that shit on my shit, man. Stop doing shit on my shit. Counter on block, nothing. There you go. Is this thing punishable even point blank? Yeah, no, it's -3, right? But then you can space this to be even, or man, he goes so far. Holy, what the Jesus? Overdrive surge, man. There you go. You can make a plus, right? That looks punishable as hell. It should, yeah. You'd think so. You'd think so. If that's -3 up close, Arxis is wild. Do I have news for you, Razzle? Are you allowed to play with each other? Yeah, sure. I mean, you know, if your match is on stream, you know, let me watch it. But otherwise, you guys can do as you like. Do I have news for you, Razzle? Right? Again, Belial, don't just because he got nerfed in one patch. Do not think that Belial is still not an incredibly privileged character, right? Bro stole the Grand boot. Bro, Grand's special move boot is punishable up close. Like Grand's special move, if he spaces it poorly, it's very punishable. Not this guy. Not this guy. So yeah, Belial being punishable, never. I mean, so that there are still better 6-6Hs than... It's just Belial's... the rest of Belial's kit is so good that he never uses this, right? But like, this is such a good 6-6H. We're both here? Oh, okay. One last thing, sorry, let me just check. How slow is Vasaraga's 6-6H? Yeah, I mean, so again, it's always +3, which is very good. You can probably even make it a little bit more plus if you... Maybe you can mediate, actually. Yeah, it's always +3, but 20 frames, right? 20 frames is a really... That's a slow... That's 21, right? Because you have to count, like, frame perfect. You hit the dash button for 1 frame, then do the move. A 21 frame 6-6H is... That's ugly, right? So I don't know that Vasaraga 6-6H is like best in the game or anything, but it literally always being plus is certainly pretty spooky, right? That's a big feather in its cap. Midnight Royal and Honko Star Rail. There we go. Oh, let me get yeah. Let me potentially get a Gamba going here. Do you mock me with your... What the fuck is this? I've never seen this this round start interaction between Charlotta and Lucilius. Do you mock me with your illusions? Midnight or Honko.
Believe in victory.
There you go. 2 minutes. Go. Do you mock me with your illusions? What's going on, Phantom? Oh, did that have combos? How do I find the Discord of the person I'm fighting if it's not the same as their challenge? Yeah, that's a, you know, I do wish people would just, you know, make it so. Try your best. I usually try fragments, figments. Maybe you could ask around in Discord to see if anyone knows what that person goes by. It might be like a member of the community who just has a weird challenge name. You could ask me, I might know. But Charlotta's voice is awesomely cute. Yeah. Vile Conjurer! Oh wait, Blade Level 5 Lucilius. Hey yo, if chatter Iki is ready. I think Faffy is looking for you, Shatter, and you're looking for Faffy, it sounds like, huh? Shatter thine Iki. My room password is 5-2s. So I think we, you know, across chats here, we've Capulated and Montagued our way. We found out. Faffy is looking for Shatter, and Shatter is looking for Faffy. Ow, ow. If you check like the rest of the Nier Automata songs, if you like this one, I doubt you won't find more you like. Yeah, I'm sure I would. I honestly just haven't looked, not like, you know, not out of being like, I don't think I would like this. It just, I don't know, just not something that I've looked deeper into yet. Hey Brick, been a subscriber for a bit now. I want to stay connected to Grand Blue. However, only content creators I follow are you and Diaphone. Do you have any other good content creators I can follow? Yeah, I mean, there's not a ton of people who are making like super consistent content on this. I will say, I would probably, I believe there's usually around like big patch note times and stuff like that. Mr. Acolyte puts out a bunch of stuff for the video game. Lade way back, I'm not sure if he still streams as often or what, but like he used to a little bit more. I'm not sure how often Lade still plays the game. Autonomous, also known as a Blaze guy on YouTube, I think is his name. He puts out a lot of, like, you know, like more like miscellaneous, like cool fun factus, cool bug factus style videos about Grand Blue, and he's been a lot more active recently, actually, I think. So he's on more on like an upswing. So yeah, those are all like people who could be interesting to look into potentially. And there's a lot of different streamers as well, right? People who stream the game like semi-consistently, even if they don't make like YouTube content for it necessarily. Hey, yo, Snoop, thanks for 30 bits. I'm looking for big booty Latinos. Brother, if you find them, let me know, man. Not nothing for you, but you know, if you hit oil, please share your wealth with me. Thanks, boss. No worries. I can type them out in chat here for you as well.
Believe in victory.
Cool that you're hosting nice and fun community tourneys like this. Yeah. This started as a that's a Blaze guy right there. That's Otto. There's, I believe, I don't know if there's a hyphen in it or what, but there's Mr. Acolyte, and then there's Lade way back. Are all pretty good. Although again, Acolyte and Lade, I'm not entirely sure how consistent they are in making YouTube content these days. Oh, there was also, I know this guy, I saw a couple of videos by this dude who I thought were really good. He was making videos mostly when the 1.5 patch dropped. I remember he made a bunch of like quick little summary videos on each character and how they changed. I forget his name. I think it was like CD Mangaka or something like that. All of those potentially could be places for you to look there. So yeah, this tournament started off as, honestly, I didn't even used to stream this shit. CD Mangaka? Yeah. Or Managaka. Is it Managaka? With an A after the N? She got a big booty, so I call her Big Booty 2 Chains. Truly a poet, man. A poet, absolutely. Okay. Appreciate you, man. I'm checking them all out. Yeah. There's a lot. There's more people than you think who are making, you know, what I would consider some pretty nice content for Grand Blue Surfing. And most of them, you know, are not necessarily going to be, yeah, I know that for some people, you know, 3 videos a day at 30 minutes each or something like that is a little bit too much content. So, you know, it's a nice variety compared to what I'm putting out at least. Ow, nice. Also, for what Harmless was saying earlier, I didn't used to stream these tournaments, you know. These are, like, these used to just be, we would do them internally in the Discord as just, like, a fun thing for the community to do together, right? As just, you know, a way for everyone to get together and, like, you know, like, compete, but more so, you know, just, like, have a group activity that we could do that was fun and, like, you know, just everyone could enjoy it. And then eventually Merp bullied me into streaming these alongside everyone being like, you should maybe stream these. So now here we are. But the original vibe definitely remains, right? This is very much just like a sort of for fun thing where people can get together and maybe learn, right? All of that. The OGs remember the non-stream tourneys? Yeah. Raz does general fighter stuff, but it's high quality. Oh, I didn't know. Really keeping the torch alive, at least. Brick, respect. Thanks, man. Oh, that's an interesting. I didn't think you could just interrupt that. Like, I honestly thought that the little dive kick was gonna connect, really, but I guess it barely whiffed, unfortunately. Full screen, you wonka ball like that. I feel like it's a little risky, but that's a good point actually. It is a pretty good check on Lusoy's trying to hit 5U in neutral, right? Rough to make videos. They take a while to make. Even simple guides can take a long time to get all your thoughts down. Yeah, for sure. That's why, like, you know, I don't usually put out, like, even though I put out a lot of videos, like, the stuff that is, like, more, like, structured or, like, like pre-planned is a lot rarer, right, to come by. Like if like, you know, like I made that like corner offense defense guide like a year ago now or something like that. Howie. Oh, I missed your earlier message twice. The chat scrolled by it, but he said, might see me a bit. I see you said something about your wife got you something. Maybe you're going to be playing a little bit more fighting games. What's going on, Suki? Can't believe I didn't even really stand a chance. It's a good realization to have, right? Like you can get a lot better and then still have like a mountain between you and other people, right? That doesn't necessarily mean you haven't improved. It just means that there's a lot of room to grow, right? She got a new job, and my D&D DM had a death in the family. Oh, sorry to hear that. Well, I mean, cool that your wife got a new job. Hopefully it's the one that she enjoys. Sorry about the death in the family thing, obviously. So yeah, and if you've got a little bit more free time these days, then well, we'll be glad to have you hanging out here, certainly. Okay. Sure. But yeah, man, I mean, there's always a bigger fish in these fighting games, right? Depends on who you get seeded into necessarily, but we're this, you know, we're not even we talk about the difference between even like an A rank or an S rank or an S rank or an S++ or an S++ or a new master and an intermediate master, or like, you know, there's a big difference between like a top 200 master and a top 10 master. Is all like that's all that in of itself is already a huge gap, and those are already two people who are like in the top single-digit percents of the community, right? So don't beat yourself up too bad if like you feel like you've gotten better and yet people are still kicking your ass. That is, you know, there are people who would have no chance of beating you as well. I got confused. I thought Honko was cooking, but that was a Lucilius dub, it seems. Me on Diva Master versus me on 2B Master? Yeah. Still waiting on laptop repair. The rust is real. So true, bestie. Okay, so now, yeah, we can do Twy and Papu here. Was that a Stamen? And is this Bernthal fella? Okay, I was going to say, who's Bernthal? Hope Core in my depression era? I'm not that big of a fish. Should have put me in the Inter. O2 won some of the rounds. I'll take it. Sure, yeah. Back to fight Cade. So true, bestie. Back to VSAV. Let me add this this Papu fella right here. Get him in here. Mystery. I see. It's not misery. That was misery Papu. It's mystery Papu. Good to know I got beaten so hard by someone who's apparently rusty. I remember you, Valzea. You're incredibly hard on yourself, right? If you I'll tell you what, if like I remember last time you joined these tournaments, we had like a whole like 30-minute discussion about this sort of thing, right? I'll tell you, you know, again, just being completely honest with you, if you feel like you're not making enough progress in the time that you think you should be making it, that is the problem right there, right? How incredibly negative you are about everything is what's holding you back. There's nothing productive about it, right? You are one of the more negative people that I've seen. Like, some people get hard down on themselves often in the chat, right? But it feels like no amount of hope core gets you out of your little spiral, right? And if there's any reason that you're not as good as you want to be right now, it's that. It's nothing else intrinsic about you. It's not how good you are at learning things. It's not, you know, how well you play the video game. Like, it's that right there. Right? It's just how fucking, like, hard on yourself you are at all times and how negative you are literally all of the time. Right? Quite simply, like, if you were just, like, a little bit less fucking mean to yourself, you'd probably be a lot better at the game right now. And that may sound unrelated, but, like, I've seen a lot of people and I've seen a lot of learning journeys and I've seen the people who do well and I've seen the ones who don't, and I have enough data points to tell you that for sure. Now, it's not so easy to just be like, I'm gonna have a sunny disposition now, but, like, if you, like, truly understand from the depths of your hearts that your biggest problem is your own mindset, right? Like, just how fucking miserable you are at all times regarding your fighting game skill is your single biggest problem. If you hard, you hard. So true, man. So true. Nothing you can really do about it. Being overly hard on yourself is the biggest wall you can ever place for yourself. Yeah, and it's also arrogance masked as false humility, right? Again, I've seen this dozens of times. It's like, I think people think it makes them like humble, or they think that that's them being like not too high on themselves or something, but not really sure how to not see it in a different perspective. I mean, it's, if you know, there are cathedrals everywhere for those who have eyes to see, right? Like, at the end of the day, you can look at the fact that, you know, by the very virtue of this tournament existing, right, and having, you know, 26 people in it or something like that, like 8 people mathematically have to go 0-2, right? There are tons of people. Everyone is losing all the fucking time. Everyone is getting their shit beat out of them all the fucking time. People who are 35 times better at Granblue than you are, you know, we just had, listen, this is kind of funny, but listen, not to Killvens is very, very good at Granblue. That's why I'm using him as the example, right? But, like, Kill is so fucking good at this video game. He's, like, 10 times better than I ever will be, right? And he got, like, fucking 10-3'd in a first to 10 by Junior Jam, where they had, like, beef together or something like that, right? Players way better than you are getting their shit rocked on a consistent basis. The real fact of the matter is that losing to people, losing in embarrassing ways, losing in ways where you just get your absolute shit rocked, losing to someone who says that they're rusty, this is nothing, like, your experience is not special. There's nothing that makes that... That's just what it is to play, to do anything competitive, is you're gonna get your shit rocked every now and then, right? If everyone else is having that happen to them and moving forward, why are you so, like, uniquely crippled by it, right? And it's not because, like, you are, like, inherently a broken human being, but I think you're interpreting it as, oh man, I'm doing so shit, it must be because I, in particular, have no value and should disappear from humanity immediately, right? It's a little too serious, right? It's a little, honestly, no, I would say it's probably not serious enough. It's a little too, almost like immature of a way to look at it, I think, right? Brick has no enemies? I mean, listen. I have people I don't like, surely, but usually it's for slightly more serious reasons. The Mystery Papu and Twilight Shadow, by the way. Let me just update the overlay there. I'm Brick's enemy, so true, Super. Now again, it's like, both things can be true, right? Your mindset is bad, and you should change it. But also, it's understandable that you have it, and it's a common, like, it's a very common, I honestly say it's one of the more common pitfalls I've seen people fall into playing fighting games, right? That's why when I tell you I have so many data points of watching people do this as they're trying to get better at fighting games, because it's very common that it happens. I think something that I see very often is people have a very hard time separating, you know, I'm doing something wrong from, like, I am a human being with intrinsic value, right? Like, what you're doing could be bad and wrong, and you shouldn't do it. And also, you're not like a piece of shit who deserves to die, right? I know that sounds like, when I say it like that, I'm like, this is a stupid thing, and everyone knows this. But then I see the ways that people act, and I'm like, okay, well, clearly not everyone knows this, right? Clearly not everyone, like, to me, it sounds so obvious that, like, even saying it, I'm like, you're being patronizing, Brick. What the fuck is wrong with you? Right? But, like, I see, like, real life friends of mine, people, you know, people in this community and stuff like that, who do, like, one thing wrong or make one mistake or fail at one objective, and then they just suddenly spiral into this just hate thread, where I'm just like, okay, maybe people don't get it, right? Maybe people don't actually, like, maybe that this thing that I think is me being patronizing actually needs to be said out loud. That, like, you can make mistakes and fail and still be a human being worth value and love, right? This lost to a D rank and then an S+, my morale's at an all-time low. If it's, to be fair, you should, the D rank should be, you should feel less bad about that. I don't know who the fuck the D rank is, but I have a rule, I never listen to my brain after 9? After 9? Can't speak for him off stream, but he's had a lot of integrity on stream that tends to breed enemies who disagree with where you stand. You talk about me? I don't know. Have I bred enemies? I might breed my enemies if they're hot enough. Ow. This is a little spooky. Yep. We love looping 50-50s. Vasaraga having a plus on block close up is so nice, isn't it? Brick is my enemy. I keep seeing him in my random minion character class. What was the last character? I fought you a couple of times on my Abel, right, Snoop? What the fuck were you playing? Oh no! Yeah, I mean that's the thing about why I feel you. That him whiffing that 2U and getting murdered for it right there, that gave me flashbacks to my Vasaraga Road to Master, man. Because, like, that move, it's so, like, good bad. It's so bad good, you know? It's so horrible and so great. It's, like, a gigantic unreactable. It's a gigantic unreactable, like, 2/3 of the screen low that gives you Soul Forge or a combo sometimes. And you're like, man, I fucking love 2U. It's awesome. 2U is amazing. 2U is my favorite move. But then it's also like, then you look at the frame data and you're like, oh, it has 47 frames of recovery. It's like, oh, it has like longer whiff recovery than most characters have jump arcs. Oh, maybe, okay. But yeah, like that shit, I feel you. I loved swinging out 2U, but I had to stop. Like, I had to stop to get to master. I had to stop. The move just kills you, like, so hard. Because, you know, oh, God. I hate Brick. One fell on my head as a kid. Yeah. Mr. Streamer, I reported the wrong score. Can you fix it? For sure. Where do you have Anila right now in a tier list? I'm higher on her than fucking most people, apparently. I don't think Anila's great, but I think she's, like, you know, she's, like lower mid-tier. Probably like low, like upper low mid tier rather, if that makes sense, right? I'll just fucking, I can pull it up probably. Did I save the one? Did I save the one that I made for 2.0? I might not have. Oh fuck. Hold on, I might not have made the one where I updated it because I haven't put out like the video for that yet. But yeah, I think Anila is like fine. She doesn't do a lot of damage, but she is like, I think I inherently value just like how like versatile and well-rounded her toolkit is a lot more compared to a lot of characters, right? Neela bottom 1, and I cannot be stopped from saying it. I'm not gonna stop you, brother. You can say it all you like. Hold on, can I find it here? Did I do this shit? Oh yeah, okay. I think this was. Yeah. I think this is sort of what I think this is the new one, right? Yeah. This I think was the most recent. I haven't uploaded a video for this yet, actually. This I think was the most recent tier list that I made. Right now, again, you know, I basically what I did is I used to have 5 tiers in the game. I switched it to 4, right? I just erased like the actual bottom tier. But I would use like this. This would Anila was has not moved. It's just these characters sort of came up, right? But yeah, I had like a tier below this, and Anila was the top of the second lowest tier. Now she's the top of the lowest tier, I suppose, right? But even still, like I don't think I'm that I know a lot of people are like putting her fucking here. A lot of people are putting her in a tier below. That seems a little strange to me personally. Seems a little odd to me personally. I bounce around with Anila like she has nothing special, but she's not especially weak either. Yeah, I think I would rather a character that has nothing special, but nothing especially horrible, to a character that has one thing that's very special, right? I mean, we can talk about it really quickly before I move on to the next bracket, but like, you'll notice, right? One thing that's very special, one thing that's very special, one thing that's very special. I mean, maybe one thing that's very special, Shawada is maybe more like Anila, right? But like these two, by the way, I have no idea, right? I'm not gonna talk about these two really, but like these are specialist characters, right? These are characters that do one thing really well and kind of suck otherwise. And this is a character that does everything kind of okay, but you know, is not great at anything, right? And I think I would mostly prefer a character like this over characters like these most of the time, right? Now, sometimes the power level of said character gets high enough that, like, even if they only do one thing, really, that thing is, like, so absurd that it's gonna outpace that, right? This guy, I mean, this guy not really, but, like, this guy, honestly, I think Ladiva in this patch kind of counts there, too, right? These guys, like, the power level of their one thing that they do is so good that, like, it does outpace someone who does everything kind of bad, right? Able too high? I don't think so. Some people will tell you fucking able too low as well. I think Avatar is an incredibly strong character who is just not good for tournaments, basically, right? I think his inconsistency is never gonna have him be like truly like a strong character, like even competing, even in the conversation to be a really good character. But I think Abel is very strong, very viable, and very easily capable of murdering people, right? Brick, fix my score. Oh yeah. What the fuck was your match? Where the fuck was your match? Let me see what you said. Stop yapping and fix our score. Fuck you, man. Accidentally reported our score backwards, 2-1 in my favor. Yep. With the one with Valzea, you're saying, right? Or no, with Zan. Yeah. And you realize you could just like you know that you won, right? You realize you could have just started your match with Alicina, right? There's no rule that says if the bracket, right? Like, do you understand? Like, there's no rule that says that if the bracket visually says that Zan moved on, that you can't play your next match. Do you get that, Pone? Because you know, I was gonna fix it. Like, you know, there's like if you know that you won that, Zan knows that you won that, you could have just started your match with Alicina and I would have fixed the score whenever I fixed the score, right? Is that not clear in some way, shape, or form? Or like, do I have to be, you know, were you in a rush to get it fixed because you thought you couldn't start your match otherwise? Is that what it was? It's okay. That sounds illegal. Fair enough. That's my bad, I guess. That's on me, big guy. It's a crime? No, that's okay. My bad. I'm not an arbiter of the law. That's certainly my bad. All right, Kupo and Punisher. There we go. Let's get them in here. I haven't used Challenge since playing COVID-era Smash tourneys. That's right. That's the only reason that I use Challenge too, is because COVID-era Smash tourneys in my university was the only time I was, like, previously that I was, like, very involved in tournaments, and therefore I was more used to it than Start.gg. He who dares defile the sanctity of the challenge bracket is he who shall burn in the deepest rings of hell. Well, shit. That's my bet. As always, I appreciate your Shalada opinion. I know you don't. I know you disagree, Razzle. I mean, this is probably like the thing that I'm the most out of step with on on the greater community. I just still don't quite see it with her, right? Mr. Brick, how would you feel about a way for Avatar to get his health back? I think that'll be. It would either have to be so inconsequential that it doesn't matter, or it'll be incredibly broken, right? Again, like, I think Avatar's pretty fucking good right now, man. Like, and by the way, for the longest time, I was the bottom one Avatar Belial guy, right? That was me. I was like, for 7-8 months of this video game's lifespan, I was the Avatar Belial as a joke character guy, right? But you can't be shackled by the past. Just because Avatar was a joke character in 1.1 and 1.0 and 1.2 and 1.3 and 1.4, it does not mean that the Suja patch did not juice that motherfucker to the gills, right? Is that fair? What? I thought Kupo played same 2BH, but now he's pretty good. Yeah, you can't be shackled by the past. Avatar got, like, the buff to packed follow-ups in 1.5 is straight up in contention for one of the largest buffs in the history of Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising, right? Like, the only things up there are, like, the Lucilius Blade level buff, or, like, the Catalina buff that she got in 1.5, right? Abel is genuinely in contention for the single largest buff that any character has ever received in this game's history. So, I think he's pretty good. I think giving him away to heal, like, Abel is, like, one bad design decision away from being, like, literally broken, right? Like actually unironically broken. And I think giving him away to heal is very much potentially that. Kupo and... This is Punisher, yes, on the other side. I thought Punisher played Belial. They switched to top 1 Beatrix?
Believe in victory. Battle 1.
More Vicky buffs, please? I'm potentially okay with it. That's cool, though, because she could use some tweaks. Like, I think she's good, but there are a lot of things in her kit that are undertuned leftovers from Versus that I'd love changed. Yeah. See, I will lead the downplay charge, Razzle, and then your character is going to get buffed, and then, turns out I'll be like, oh, I was wrong all along, guys. She's actually top tier. That's my bad. Carmine and Under Knight can heal and it makes him less interesting. I mean, I don't really know. I know he can do that. I don't really know enough about Under Knight or anything about Under Knight to speak on it intelligently. But I think it's just with Avatar's current power level, him being able to heal will be very strange. Beatrix on top, yeah. Hear me out. Make Abel stupid broken for like a day before an emergency fix. I just want to see how it is. Yeah. Because I mean, you realize Abel's literal only weakness is his health, right? Like, he's otherwise basically, like, one of the best characters in the game, or the best character in the game at everything, right? How long these tourneys usually last? 2 hours? Anyway, I mean, this one, the intermediate one is usually a little smaller because it is more restricted. So, like, it usually goes, yeah, like 2.5, sometimes 3 if there's a lot of people. But yeah, we should be, probably around, like, 7:45 or something my time. About 2 hours from now. I'd be surprised if we weren't done. Best April Fool's Day joke making 20k health? Yeah. Like, I mean, besides the health thing, right? Abel is maybe... Like, now with Matera and Fairy being buffed, maybe that's not true anymore. But Abel is probably the best zoner in the game at 1.5, right? Like, straight up. Like, if you want to play a pure zoning game plan, Abel is probably the best zoner in the game. Straight up. Even still, he's probably only outclassed by Matera at this point. I think he's probably still a better zoner than Fairy is if he wants to be. You forgot about the Gamba? That's true, I did. Like, he straight up outzones Fairy in the matchup, right? The matchup is horrible for Fairy because Abel is a better zoner than she is. And if he gets up close to her, she also kills her, right? Matera probably now, outzones Abel, but... so he's the best zoner in the game. He has some of the best buttons in the game. He's got some of the highest damage in the game. He's got, he's got everything. The only thing he doesn't have is a lack of suicidal tendencies. So, if we gave Abel a way to heal, we are removing essentially, literally his only big weakness that keeps him in check, right? if we made it at all, like, meaningful. If Abel did not have a health problem, he would be top 1. Right? Like, Abel with literally, if you just took Abel and in the next patch you said Abel's an 18,000 health character now, which is a huge, that would actually be the biggest buff any character has ever gotten, right? But if you said, you know, in the next patch, just like Abel has 18,000 health, Abel is the best character in the game, right? He's better than Grimnir, he's better than Beatrix, he's better than Versuja, I don't care who it is. Please win, Fairy, I'd rather fight you over B, so true. Like, he's the literal only thing that holds him back. He's got a good throw bait, even. Like, I used to think that Abel didn't have that good of offense, right? That was, like, one of the other things he didn't do that well. But he's got, like, a top 5 throw bait also, right? His only weakness is suicidal tendencies. Go just like me, for real. So true. Also, I didn't even pay out the previous Gambit, did I? This was... Midnight won this, right? Over Honko? Yeah. I didn't pay out the first Gambit, and I didn't make a new Gambit. Matera can be zoned out by Abel, but if he flies once it's over, Matera can easily swing it back. Yeah, and I think flight is a big part of Abel's whole thing, right? So I do think, you know, Matera at this point is a stronger zoner than Abel is, but it was much more contentious pre-patch. GG, see you guys next time. See you, though. Try to be a little nicer to yourself, brother. You deserve it. What's his throw bait? I fought like 10 of them mofos in my 4K plus games. Flight into Stomp. If you throw, it kills you, and if he does it on certain timings, even if you 2L, it kills you. Because it leads into the crouch, it leads into the packed follow-up, it leads into like 9k damage. You can go insta-flight into Stomp. It's a little slower, like it's not, again, it's a top 5 throw bait. It's not as good as something like Grimnir Seal Dash or, Grimnir Seal Dashes or Uno's Dive Kick or like, you know, Narmaya's TK Flip or something like that, but it's in that similar sort of discussion, right? So Abel was buffed with less cooldown. No, Abel was given the ability. You know, I'm just gonna show you because this might like. I think if you didn't play this game before the Versuja patch, you're gonna be like, wait, he couldn't do that before? Yeah, Abel was a joke character before the Versuja patch, right? Let me tell you what the buff that Abel got in 1.5 is, because it's a little bit hard to put into words, but visually it's very clear, right? So basically, what the thing he got was, do you know this thing that Abel does where he can do this? You can go like 1, 2, 3, stomp, and then continue the combo afterwards, right? He couldn't do that before. Like if he did this before, that was the end of the combo, right? That's the buff he got in 1.5, is that his packed follow-ups, like on the H specials, got like giga buffed, right? He couldn't do this before. Like this thing that Abel does, that is the thing that he does now, was not a thing he could do before 1.5. Right? So, he was just, he really only had, like, good damage in the corner. Really. Right? Like, he really only had good damage. He could still do the suicide combo. Like, pre-1.5, he could do this. Right? Bonk, bonk. 1, 2, 3. Bonk, bonk. Into U-Flight, right? I fucked it up there, but you get the idea. He could still do that pre-patch, but, like, that was, like, kind of the crazy combo that he had. He otherwise, honestly, was a character who spent his own health to be worse than most of the cast. You also have to remember that Abel existed in, like, Granblue's power level as a game has gone down, right? Like, you have to realize that he was in a game that had pre-patch Nier and a Seox with 16,000 health, right? And Siegfried H Fireball, right? Like, he was in a much more powerful version of Granblue, and he was basically paying health to be worse than everyone else, right? He was in a patch with, like, even, like, the other low tiers, man. He was in a patch with grounded Ladiva headbutts and shit like that, right? Air unblockable, Fairy, Far M, and Far H. Yeah, 125% meter combos, right? Unnerved Zeta U skills. Like, when you think about the amount of stuff that, like, was taken out of this game, right? Like, an unironic Belial unblockable setup, right? Jita's corner carry? Like he was a joke character in like for like half the game's lifespan. Avatar Belial was a joke character. People were talking about Percival bottom 1, they were wrong. It was Avatar Belial was bottom 1. Zael and Quashipo up next. Because he paid life to just be worse than everyone else. Quashipo. More potato. So Fireball was by far the worst thing to play. Sieg Fireball was by far the worst thing to play against in the game pre-patch. I mean, it was up there, but like, I mean, again, this is the game that had Nier in it, right? I'm not so sure I would jump to those conclusions. personally. There was the near like, you know, comboing off her DP, or, you know, after they nerfed that out, there was the near looping 50-50s, right? I still think he's bad personally, but I understand people who don't. I think he got a lot stronger and the game got a lot weaker, right? We never saw that near. We saw a near though, right? When I say we never saw that near, I'm saying we never actually saw the full potential of 1.0 near. But, you know, even the non-full potential of that character was still top 1 the entire game's lifespan until 1.5, right? Like, we didn't it's true we never saw, like, what 1.0 near could really do because this game got patched too quickly, right? But even with what we saw, in 1.0, the best character in the game was Nier. In 1.1, the best character in the game was Nier. In 1.2, the best character in the game was Nier. In 1.3, the best character in the game was Nier. In 1.4, the best character in the game was Nier. And in every single one of these, it was undisputed. The conversation was, is Nier in her own tier, or is Siegfried there with her? That was the conversation, right? But there was, even though we never saw half of the full potential of 1.0 Nier, she was undisputed top 1 in the game her entire life until 1.5 took her out back and shot her, right? Every time I come to your stream, people are talking about the forbidden Nier that never saw the light of day. I mean, it's just kind of how it ends up going, right? Why am I playing infinitely better now that I'm out of bracket? It's how it goes, man. It's how it goes, right? The pressure does hurt quite a lot. I think Vasaraga beat Nier in the same capacity that Vayne beats Vasaraga. I don't think so. I think now maybe. Yeah. Now you might be right. Why? If you're talking about like today, I think Vasaraga, his best matchup is Nier, and it's really funny. It was really funny fighting Nier on the Vasaraga Road to Master post 1.5. I felt so bad. It was really funny. But the weird part is that weirdly, like, Vasaraga was one of her worst matchups, even when she was queen of the game, right? Either the Nier conversation or the healthy top tier conversation. I had to play against Nier a few times because people didn't like her. Anyone could play C, throw Fireball plus in your face. That's fair. Would you be okay with the Vayne boss matchup getting worse due to much needed Vayne buffs? I guess. I honestly don't think that. I honestly don't think that Vayne buffs would help in the Vasaraga matchup too much, because I think he already is like the Vasaraga, the Vayne that Vasaraga has to fight is already the Vayne that, like, hypothetically got buffed too hard, right? Like, weirdly, like Vayne Shield and stuff like that are already running at full potential in the boss matchup. It's almost like I'm not sure that making like Shield better or making something better would actually affect Vasaraga that much. You know what I mean? Like, is that crazy to say? Like, obviously it wouldn't make the matchup better, but I think Vasaraga is already, like, because of exactly how the kits match up, Vasaraga is already experiencing like a Vayne that shouldn't be allowed to be in the video game. So I don't think that, making Vayne slightly better or something like that is actually going to affect that matchup too much. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. I mean, S++ and I just ran into Sprite, the GM Narm player. What is this? I mean, first off, the GM like every character player. Second, it could be worse, man. You could be me. I ran into Sprite and his fucking, when I was trying to get Narmaya to master, right? So first off, I'm fighting Sprite on Narmaya, which is like, still probably the character that he knows the best, right? He was gatekeeping me on his Zeta, which is a Grandmaster character that he was on a different account for, right? And his fucking title was Gatekeeping Brick. Like, he was there to shoot me in the head, man. What the fuck am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? A Vayne that shouldn't be in the video game is such a cold statement. I mean, Vayne definitely should not make every character in the cast feel the way that he makes Vasaraga feel, right? He was on Narm and GM. Yeah, I mean, Sprite has every character in Master, right? So he's smurfing on PlayStation. That's what he does. It's a damn shame. He has a PlayStation account or like a second account where not every character is in fucking Grandmaster or Master, and he smurfs on that. It's a nightmare. My first win against a Master was against a Nier back in the day. So true. I ran to Sprite when he was getting Eustace to Master. It scared the shit out of me. I love how everyone has like their Sprite horror story. Ow. I respect the grind. I didn't, man. I was like I saw that. I had two different people. I forget who else. I had Sprite, whose tag was really Gatekeeping Brick, and I had someone else whose name was just Gatekeeper, who I kept running into on that Narm Road to Master. I forget now, but like now that shit was painful. Despite it being our fastest Master climb so far. Sprite just like me, for real, yeah. Sprite's the universal boogeyman, the literal online demon, man. If you've played enough ranked, you have it's either Sprite or Have a Nice Day. One of those two has just like completely ruined your play session at some point. It was a fucking, it's a generational moment when like I was Midnight gave me like $20 and he was like, you basically can only play with like heavy moves, dashing, back dashing, and like 6XL and Raging Strike and Raging Chain. He took every other part of the moveset away from me. And, you know, he gave me $20 to make it so that the restrictions lasted until I won a game, right? And we ran into fucking Have a Nice Day while that was happening. It's like, bro, I couldn't beat Have a Nice Day on like my best day, on his worst day, on his secondary, on my Ladiva, right? And now I gotta fight him with like 95% of my move list taken away from me on my Avatar Belial. I'm gonna die, man. Look at my fucking lawyer. I'm going to jail. I've luckily only ever found him in casuals. He made Vera look good. Yeah. That was like some of the most fucked over I felt I've ever been by the matchmaking. I've been definitely ruining more games. These days, maybe. That was really impressive when I ran into him. It was more than just Granblue experience. He legit understood the matchup. Oh, I mean, we're talking about world-class players, right? So, like when you talk about Mr. Have a Nice Day there. Like, it's going to be a lot more than, like, the knowledge is going to be deep. Don't make Sprite sound so scary. How do you sign up to play in Wall Brawl? You join the Discord, which I believe should be linked in the description of the YouTube stream. And then I'll post in an announcements channel, I'll post the links every week, the sign-up links. And then you can join. But for this intermediate one that's happening right now, you have to have never... Oh, he's gonna win, right? She's fucking dead? Yeah. Is she dead? Was that technical input? If that was technical input, I think she's dead. If it wasn't, I think she's alive. Oh, I think that wasn't, right? I think it was still closer than I thought. H-Pillar on deck. This is just checkmate, isn't it? Oh! Couldn't you just done like meaty H-Pillar there and had it be literal checkmate? Interesting. But yeah, if you're joining the intermediate, you have to make sure that you have never ever gotten any character to master ever. Or I'll shoot you in the face. I can fight Sprite, but it feels impossible to fight Hava. I mean, yeah, it is definitely, it's a difference, right? Again, like, Sprite is very good at the video game. But, Have a Nice Day, you're talking, we're getting into, like, Arc World Tour level shit instead, right? I mean, I'm butt cheeks, but who knows? I might try. Go for it, man. That one Evo topping Loane player kicked my ass like 3 times in a row. Evo topping Loane player. Is it Incendiate? I feel like Incendiate is the main Loane who's, like, putting in work these days, right? What Loane was cooking? She says forever pure, forever righteous, right? It can't be racist. Nah, in my head, she says forever pure, forever racist. Incendia? Yeah. Incendiant's fucking cracked, man. I've never seen this have a person. Hope I run into them one day. Their name is Clown Piece on game these days. I'll top Evo, I'll even bottom Evo. Is she thick? I mean, there's been a lot of people inside her. I don't know, man. This is I'm losing the plot. I'm losing the fucking plot, man. Midnight. I played a first 10 versus him recently. It was 110. It was bad. Yeah. Clown Pieces Hava. Then I've been whooped by them too. Okay, well there you go. Yeah. Clown Pieces is Have a Nice Day. That's right. Suki, what the fuck? Get off the cabinet, brother. What's wrong with you? What's he doing, man? What's he doing over there? Wait, where's the... Do I not have the bully sticker? I don't? That's fucked up. Is it a battle pass sticker? I like that one. Desla uses it a lot. Bro's gatekeeping the cabinet. No rising allowed today. Well, I mean, Suki's my goat, but I need him to step off just a little bit. Okay, let me actually make a Gamba this time. Oh, Burnfall because Punisher. That makes so much sense. Yeah. All right. Who will win? Midnight versus Punisher. 2 minutes. Go. If you would like to Gamba. Midnight and Punisher. Midnight Royal. This is also, I believe this is winners semis, by the way. What happened? Some El Condor Pasa guy was bullying these intermediate players in my bracket. I had to tell him to stop that. I've encountered Midnight on ranked. This is them. Rosetta Staben. Yep. That's Midnight Royal. Through it. And Deedly Doodly. Ow. Ow. Thunderbird. Poor, honest mid-tier Lucilius. That's messed up. I know. I don't know who that guy is, but he really needs to check his attitude. Man, I feel for bro. I remember the days when Lucilius could fight Beatrix on even footing. Ooh. How much for you to buy all the character voice packs and set it to random forever? The price of the character voice packs, probably. I don't even need margins for that. That sounds funny. But, like, you know, however much they all cost. That's about it. He just punished that shit with close end. Because I personally don't have much interest in doing that, but it doesn't sound like a bad thing either. That sounds funny. I wouldn't need to make any kind of profit off of that. Or gore. You. One of the like about $100 probably. Oh god damn. One of the weirdest like nerfs, like things that might not sound like a nerf that would be a nerf to Beatrix, would be if they made it so that the individual hits of riding free were all true block string, you know what I mean? Like if it all jailed. I feel like that would actually make it, like, so many times, myself, and also I see other people, you, like, start down back against riding free, and then, like, you know, you just stop, like, you stand up, or you're, like, getting ready to try your punish or something like that, and you just get clipped by the rest of it, right? Like, weirdly, if they made riding free a true block string, it would actually be a nerf to Beatrix. It's very strange, but... That's so true, yeah. I just watched a video where that happened to you, yeah, that happens to me all the fucking time. To me, I think it's happened to everyone. If you fought Beatrix, like, enough times, everyone's had that shit happen to them. I think it's like 5 lows in one move, yeah. And it's not like you forget that it's a low. It's just that, you know, you want to like stand up and start your punish, but you did it a little bit too early or something, and now you get lowed and die. The one consolation Lucilius mains got after the nerfs, they learned about how to really bully Deathless Near. Yeah, oof. That matchup is sad, man. That matchup is sad. Exclamation mark Beatrix. In reality, Beatrix has been hit harder than other characters due to the weakening of guard cancel. So true, honestly. So true, Breasty. This Gamera guy, he might be kind of good at the video game. He might be spitting. Actually, he might be wittily correct about this one. Beatrix, he might be pretty balanced, guys. Ow. Ow, ow. Spot dodge on 2-2H is not usually the answer that I would go for, like on Lucilius' H teleport right there. You know, normally you'd like 6XL it or delay a 2H or something, but I mean, it worked pretty well right there. Beatrix, ooh, we're gonna get an exclamation mark for Suja soon, I guess. He was awake when he wrote that tweet? Yeah, that was Gamer B. I don't know who the fuck they sent, but that was not my go. Who would you say are top 3 at the moment? I think it's definitely Beatrix and Grimnir, and then there's a bit of a soup, right? You can go where you'd like from there. There's a couple of characters that are feasible to be in there. I still think Catalina is really good. I think she didn't really change very much at all from last patch. Vasaraga is probably not my personal pick, but she's certainly, you know, certainly should go in the conversation. You know, people can talk about potential women all they want. I still think Zeta could be in there too. Am I forgetting someone? I feel like I'm forgetting someone. But yeah, like it's definitely Beatrix and Grimnir, and then there's you know, there's a little bit of there's a bunch of characters who are viable picks in there, right? Like at this point, I've like, you know, I would say that I think Belial is still very good, but I think Belial got nerfed enough that while he's still top tier, I think there are now like characters in top tier who are clearly better than him, the kind of way that he was clearly better than some of them last patch. Right? Ow, ow. Fight K teaching me geography because it shows me the country the opponent is from, and I have to deduce if that gives me a playable connection. So true. Also, she's fucking dead, dude. She's fucking dead, dude. Probably third, I would say so. Yes. Like if you had to, you know, gun to my head, I would probably say I would probably say that Catalina is third if you put a gun to my head. Like if you know like my exact top 5, if I had to make it, will probably be. Still, I feel like again, you know, gun to my head, if I was forced to order it, I feel like it'll probably be this lady, and then Grimnir, and then Catalina, and then Zeta and Versuja is pretty interchangeable, but I'll say Zeta Versuja just to piss off everyone who calls her potential woman, I guess. That's pretty nuts, not gonna lie. She's the same character she was, right? The weird thing, okay, here's the funny thing about Catalina, right? Is Soares is third IMO? I don't think Soares is quite that good. I think Soares is very strong. I'm very high on Soares. I don't think he's quite that good. Soares is really good in this patch, I think. He was really good last patch, and the system mechanics only benefit him, but... Tournament results aren't everything. Ramlethal is a top tier for pretty much all of Strive's lifespan with no results. Potential woman is not real. I mean, I say it as a joke at this point. I disagree with it vehemently, right? Like, you can just look at what a character does, and, you know... That probably, you know, that if what they're doing seems pretty strong, and there's no, like, real caveats or anything, then they must be pretty strong. If what they're doing isn't that strong, they must be pretty not strong. I got her from top 5 to top 5. How could they do this to her? Yeah, but the weird thing about Cat, right, is Cat's corner carry got, like, genuinely gutted. Right? Now, hear me out. Also, 50-50 for game. Guess? Ooh, guessed correctly, and then got riding freed, unfortunately. Cat's corner carry got genuinely gutted, right? Cat's corner carry is about 60% of what it was, or something like that. But here's why that doesn't matter. It's because Cat used to do 150% of the screen corner carry, right? Turns out that doing over 100% corner carry, it's the same, right? Doing 100% corner to corner and 150% corner to corner is the same thing. It's funny that she had so much extra leeway, but it didn't really matter. Now, instead of doing 150% corner to corner, Catalina does, you know, 90% corner to corner. So her corner carry did genuinely get gutted. It's just that it went from 150 to 90. Right? But it's just that 150 is technically 100. So, you know, it didn't really... It was a very minor slap on the wrist in the grand scheme of things, right? Weirdly. If the stages were longer, like if the Grand Blue stage was longer, the Catalina nerf would have been really significant. But it just isn't, right? So she's basically the exact same character that she was. Yeah. My guilty pleasure is Sora's Mirrors. Yep. Yeah, I think Soares is very good, but I think Soares is more so... could Belial ever true blockstring into U Fireball because it's super dodge reactable, so I don't get that nerf. Not for... I don't... Even if he could, the U Fireball nerf only punches him from far away, right? So it's not... I think that is mostly a low-level play nerf, a little bit, right? Because, like, he can still... If he hits you with a U Fireball up close, he still gets pressure off of it, right? He still is plus enough to do shit. It's more like if he hit it from full screen, he can't chase after you anymore. So I think that is more of like, you know, most good players, if Belial threw his U Fireball from like full screen, they were spot dodging that shit anyway, right? In many ways, that U Fireball change can actually be a bit of a, like, can be kind of nice for Belial now, because blocking U Fireball gives him like straight up corner carry that it didn't before, and he can still get pressure off it in a lot of spaces, right? So that's not really the big nerf to Belial. The biggest nerf to Belial definitely is the 2M's big, and the H Fireball change. Both of the H Fireball changes, like, are significantly bad for him, right? So bad that he went from top tier to top tier. But, you know, it is a significant nerf. He went from probably top 1 to, like, top 7, right? That's a nerf. That's not nothing. But he's still very good, in my opinion. I think any like, real Belial dooming doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Alright, Zael and Lolipe. Next. And yeah, as a, I think, a Soares up player, that is about the same place that I'd put Soares right now. I think there's sort of like 3 classes of top tier in my head right now, where they're all top tier characters, but there is like a bit of a division in my head, right? There's Grim Beatrix Catalina, and then there's Zeta Versuja, and then there's Soares Belial. And maybe you can put like Seox in there too, with Soares and Belial, right? Like, in my opinion, like, those characters are all top tier, but there's like a quarter of a tier difference between all of those characters there. Just remove the corners balanced game. Guilty Gear Strive player spotted. Golden Shrimp. Very well. Hold on. Wait. Whoa, by the way. All fun games until Gamera picks up Zeta. Yeah. It's weird how people also like don't seem to be super consistent with it either, because I mean, it's not the same people necessarily, right? But I feel like a lot, if anything, I'm not quite as high these days on like Uno as most people, on Honre, right? As most people are. I feel like I've like weirdly for a long time, for the whole game's lifespan until season 2 dropped, I feel like I've been more up on Uno than like most people I've seen talk about him. And then season 2 happens, and my opinion on Uno doesn't change too much. I still think he's very good. But then everyone starts putting him like top 5, and I'm like, well, hold on. I'm not quite so sure that I think he's that good. But, you know. But the weird part is also, I mean, Uno has, I mean, I guess he's got Mr. Fish, right? Fair enough. Like Osaka-na-san, who did really well in Cygames Cup and stuff like that. But like, Uno is not exactly, you know, Mr. Tournament results either. So it's kind of weird to see people be like, well, this Uno character, but look at what he's doing, though. He's busted, man. He's busted. I'm like, what? You were definitely higher on Uno than I was? Yeah. I think I've been of the opinion that Uno is pretty good. A big part of that, actually, you know, real OGs. Real OGs. They remember Mr. Blast Timbre. Been a long time now since I've seen that guy around. But real OGs, they remember Blast Timbre, man. He showed me a lot of what Uno could do very early on into the game's lifespan. And I was like, it's a little fucked up. Oh, this is pretty strong, actually. It's actually pretty strong. Who would have thought? This is Zael and Lolipe. You would always say Uno is the gatekeeper to top tier? Yep. Which I think he still is. I still think that, you know, there are characters, in my opinion, that are, like, just better than him. But bros just got mad because they got JU'd under 2H. Yeah. Now, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Yeah. This is some real OG shit. This is some, like, year ago. Yeah, this is, like, some almost, like, before I streamed shit, mostly, I think, is when he was around. The old first to 10 versus some master days. Yeah. That was a fun idea for a series, right? But I think my main, again, I've talked about this once, I think, why I stopped doing those. I feel like I was trying to do 2 things at once, and if I ever did it again, I think I would, if I ever did it again, I think I would split it up into 2 things. I think playing the first to 10s with masters was fun, just to see like how they played the matchup at a high level, right? But the discussion part of it with them, I think a lot of people were not as comfortable doing that, right? People do not have an easy time just like playing the video game at like a semi-high level and also talking about it at the same time. So I think, like, you know, I would want to split it up into probably like a discussion type video, like what we did with Char and Vera for the 1.5 patch. I think that was a very fun video. There was no gameplay in that at all, right? I was just kind of talking about the character, talking about the direction that he thinks that she went in with the patch, right? What's good about her, what's bad about her. And then, you know, having the gameplay be a separate thing. So people could, like, share their thoughts. Ooh, nice, super. People could share their thoughts a little bit easier. Would it be classless to bet on myself when my turn comes? If anything, I think that would be very based of you, right? Believe in yourself, man. If anything, it'd be classless to bet against yourself and then throw the match. But also, I mean, there's no rules against that, if you would like to rig it. But honestly, I would probably still say Fafi. I think Uno's probably still there. Sora's, I think, has sort of broached the line for me post Season 2, because I think the Season 2 universal changes are very good for him. He has sort of broached the line for me, and I would probably say that he is just top tier now. No gatekeeper stuff happening. Personally, I still think Belial's best in the game. It's not like an insano man take, right? It's not like a crazy insano man take. But I don't think so. I think he did lose enough, right? Like while I do agree very much that Belial did not get like shot in the head, right? And he's still very good. I think he lost enough, you know, that like I don't really think I could see him as better than Grimnir or Beatrix or Catalina, right? I remember that vid, I was wrong about Nier for sure. I had no idea BC was gonna kill Death. Yeah, that's yeah. The more I learned about post-patch Nier, the more I learned about 1.5 onwards Nier, the more I was just like, why? I didn't know that throw teching got rid of Death for a while, man. I'd love to see Charger's opinion on Vera in 2.0. I know, to my understanding, he still does not think she's very strong, right? Oh, I haven't fucking updated the names, man. This is Lolipe and Zael. What the hell? What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Cat and Belial were tied before, and Cat is definitely better than him now. So, gun to my head, I would have said Belial was better than Catalina in 1.5, right? But yes, it was not like a massive difference, and then he certainly got nerfed harder than she did, right? So like, Snoop's not say it's not crazy, it's not an insane thing to say, but I personally do like pretty confidently disagree with it, right? I don't think it makes you like a madman to think that, but I personally don't see it. See so few Belials these days post nerfs. I don't really know how good he is these days. Still pretty good. I'll tell you, like I was playing some Ladiva ranked for fun yesterday. I ran into MBK, right? Very, very good Belial. Shows up a lot in like online tournaments and shit like that. That character's still good, man. Right? I didn't need to, you know, fight a good Belial to know that, but like, definitely, like, you know, he's still doing some shit to me. I'm like, there's not a lot of characters that do this shit to you in this video game. Or just any tech they learned since 1.5. That's fair. I don't know if Swords is top tier, but he's definitely solid and in a good spot. That's fair. Yeah. Again, like, oh, here's my, you know, Brick's guides to civil discourse about tier lists in video games, right? Whenever I look at anyone else's tier list, because it's very subjective and there is no ground truth, and if there was, fighting games would be a lot more boring, right? But yeah, so Brick's guide to civil discourse on tier lists. When I look at someone else's tier list, if their placement of a character is plus or minus 1 tier of where I would put that character, and there's no differences that are more, like, you know, more than 2 tiers difference, I go, yeah, sounds about right to me, right? Like, if I think, like, Soares is bottom of top tier and someone has him bottom of high tier, right? Or if I think that, like, Gren is, like, a mid tier and someone has him, like, you know, somewhere in high tier, or if I think, like, Anila is, like, you know, top of low tier and someone has her bottom of low tier or, like, somewhere in mid tier, something like that. Those are, like, you know, measurable differences in our opinion, but I go, yeah, that sounds about right. Because it is just, you know, it's very difficult for people to agree exactly on something as complicated as a fighting game, right? Fight Belial did get shot in the head. I just think he was so good that even after that, he's fine. Maybe. We might have different definitions of what shot in the head means, Razzle. Like, I would argue that, you know, shot in the head is what happened to Nier, right? What about my take that Vicky is by far the worst in the game in her own tier? Well, hear me out, Snoop. Hear me out. Hear me out. I have Vikala in the lowest tier in the game, near the bottom. So that's within 1 tier. If you made a new tier for her and put her in there, that's within 1 tier of my opinions, right? So, Brick, you just aren't toxic enough for tier list discourse? Oh yeah, my bad. I mean, you have a mental deficiency for not having the exact same opinion that I do, and I hope, truly, deeply, from the bottom of my heart, I hope that one day someone you care about deeply tells you that they're not enough. You're not enough for them. That's all it is, right? I hope that one day, you know, the love of your life, your girlfriend or boyfriend or partner, you believe, you know, you see yourself having a full future with them. I hope they just break up with you randomly one day and tell you that it was all a joke. Because that's, that they were just making fun of you the whole time and you bought it. And, you know, the fact that you even believed that you were capable and worthy of being loved is, like, the funniest thing to them. And they've just been, like, laughing internally for the past 5 years. I hope that happens to you because you put Ladiva in low tier instead of mid tier. I think that's what you deserve. Jesus, what did I come back to? You know, it's rough without the context. How wholesome? Yeah. I'm trying to say, I gotta be more like FGC pilled. I gotta be more FGC pilled. I'm not, you know, classic FGC at least. Luckily, like a lot of the like more modern like voices in the space I think are way more positive, but I gotta be more traditional FGC, which means I have to be an asshole to people if they disagree with what I say. All this guy say Zoe's bottom 6, unbelievable. Yeah. You got shot in the head, the back, the legs, her arms, her personal beliefs, and they called death behind the back and shot her too. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. So that, like, when I say shot in the head, Razzle, that's what I'm referring to, right? Like when a character, like, you know, they literally went from being the best character in the game to, like, questionably at least bottom tier, right? That to me is like they literally killed the character. But yeah, if that's getting shot in the head, the back, the legs, the arms, and the personal beliefs, and getting your friend shot in the head too, then yeah, Belial probably got shot in the head by that logic. You and Diaphon are the only fighting game creators I know, so I think I've mostly avoided toxicity. And I think, yeah, like, you know, I'm kind of standing on the shoulders of giants in many ways, right? I think a lot of the more, like, modern wave of people who actually make content or, like, just are loud voices in the FGC is a lot more positive, right? Diaphon obviously is great, love that guy. But also, like, you know, Sajam, super positive, really does not waste his breath too much on talking about negativity or anything like that, right? And, like, actively helps the community in many ways, right? Brian F is great. Mostly a Street Fighter guy, Brian F. But just, like, you know, just like a nice, like, you notice, by the way, these people are like well-adjusted, like, adult human beings, right? Lord Knight definitely he leans a little bit more sometimes towards just, like, you know, like Lord Knight, he's got some Lord Knight's got some of that in him still. Not his Twitch side, yeah, the YouTube videos maybe, right? Well, yeah, okay, he's got some of that old culture in him, that old FGC, like, you can tell, right? You can certainly tell. But yeah, he's definitely like a nice person, right? But yeah, he's got some of that shit, you know, he's got some vitriol in him every now and then, right? I respect, okay, no, absolutely, LK is amazing. I love all the videos of his that I've seen, right? But like again, like you know, if we talk about like purely like voices that are like purely positive, I don't think LK necessarily counts, right? I don't think he necessarily counts. I think he's great. I love everything he makes. He's super entertaining, but he's got a little bit of that old, you know, some of that old school in him for sure, right? But yeah, like you know, people like Sajam, like Diaphone, like Brian F. Like there's someone else. I mean, even like you know, if we go to like Tekken, right? I feel like FDX is awesome, right? There's a lot of like newer. Main Man also is a pretty. I mean, from what I haven't watched too much Main Man, but he seems like a good guy, right? Like in all different fighting game communities, it seems like there's a lot of the biggest voices are people that are pretty much like mostly positive, right? If you like fighters and go back and watch them Dado Doya vids, super positive. Yeah, very casual too, right? I think was one of the big appeals to a lot of people. Twy, you said you think you're up. That sounds right. Because we're going to the losers side of things right now. I think that sounds right. Kwis? So I'm not as familiar with the Tekken content creation side. I've seen like a Kwis video recommended to me before, but I don't think I've ever actually watched them. You gotta play Lord Knight Crip when he's talking about Cat in the first Grand Blue game? Yeah. You lose to throws and mids, hold my nuts. Again, it's funny, right? Again, he's very entertaining, but every now and then, you know. Of what I watched of Jam Crofts, he seems chill too. That's true. Yeah, a lot of the biggest spaces, a lot of the biggest voices in the space these days are like, by and large, very positive, happy, like well-adjusted adults, right? Like, you know, obviously I don't know any of these people personally, right? But from what I can gather from watching them, you know, like Diaphone is like a grown-ass man with like a family and like a full-time job, right? And like he like works out and shit like that. Like it's like an actual real person, not like a fake internet person, right? Yeah, like, you know, Sajam is like a grown-ass man. He's, you know, this is his job, but like again, right? He's like a working professional. He's got like a girlfriend, right? Like he's again like real people, like real humans with real thoughts and feelings, right? Not like he works at Chipotle. Yeah, exactly. Mr. Jam. Yeah, these are all like, you know, they're like grown adults, right? Main Man, for example, from what he's a 40-year-old dude with a kid, right? Again, like it helps a lot when you have like real grown humans be like the big voices, because they're just like, you know, there's gonna be a little bit more well-adjusted and a little bit more reasonable in how they conduct themselves, right? That works as an OSHA agent. That's not a joke. Yeah. He's I know he does something with like safety or insurance or something like that, right? Kind of glad I haven't been exposed to the toxic side of the community. All I know is a bit of the Leffen stuff, but I try not to fuck with it. Yeah. Again, like, you know, in the old days, it was a lot more normal, right? But again, I think from my understanding, I mean, I was only a consumer of content back then, right? But I'm a big fan of like sort of a lot of the new faces of the FGC in terms of content and stuff, right? Someone was mentioning, I saw Nephew as well. Yeah, Nephew. I mean, Nephew's just, he's like super chill, man. Again, also, I mean, a younger guy, but also like, you know, like bro worked at Google, you know, and then he left to become a content creator like full time, right? Like people who like, if people can like, what did Leffen do? I don't know if he did like I don't think like there's like a huge, like Leffen did something really horrible. He's just like, he's really known for being like, you know, he complains a lot. He's quite toxic, you know, he's a little mean occasionally, right? Like he's one, you know, the GOAT's evil. I was watching the Yards, the Ludwig's podcast, right? Like, and they were ranking like all the different guys, and they had one that was the GOAT evil, right? And they were like, this is Leffen, and I was like, that's so true, because he's like he's amazing. He's like such a good fighting game. Like he's amazing at Smash. He's really good at Strive too, right? He was good at Fighters when he played it. Just like one of the most like naturally gifted fighting game players that we've ever seen as like a community of people, right? But he's just he's a little evil, man. He's got a little demon in his brain that tells him to hurt people. Like it's right, like it's again super entertaining, but it's, you know, there are certain side effects that come with being that guy, certainly. Also, sorry, I know we're getting caught off in the tangents. He's got grit offs, yeah. That's a really good way to say that, yeah. Bro is the contractor to the CO weapon grit offs, right? Amazing, incredibly, like one of the most talented fighting game players in history, right? But just he's the contractor to an Automagod seal weapon that turns him into a serial killer every now and then, man. It's crazy. It's really funny to watch though. Is Vasaraga an asshole? Vasaraga is, to my understanding, a very nice guy, but his weapon does sometimes take over his brain and turn him into a murderous like death machine. He did attack the crew at some point in his backstory, I think, because like he was being, you know, basically the symbiote suit got to him, is how you can think of it. Twilight, Shadow, and Kupo.
Your will.
Not gonna lie, I do hate when he presses button good has been an excuse for toxicity, because there's plenty of cases where people have been allowed in spaces they shouldn't for playing well. Oh, I agree. And okay, I'm not saying that it's an excuse, right? I'm saying both things are true, right? Like I'm saying, like, you know, Leffen is known for two things, right? Leffen is known for being an incredibly talented fighting game player and an asshole, right? I'm not saying that one makes the other okay. Again, that's why you'll notice, again, I'm saying, like, I'm very glad that the modern faces of the FGC are not people like that, right? Like, you know, some of them are competitive players, some of them are just good, but not, like, world-class or whatever, but regardless of how well they press button, most of the modern faces of the FGC are not like Leffen, and I think that's a good thing, right? That's... so, do not, you know, I know you maybe are not, talking about me, Shatter, but, like, to make myself very clear on that, I agree. I don't think that being good at video game makes it okay for you to be a bad person, or at least, you know, I'm not gonna call Leffen a bad person, I don't know the guy personally, but at least, like, you know, to be that toxic in, like, online spaces. I don't think it makes it okay if you're just good at the video game, but, it is just, those are the two biggest things about him. Like, very good at press button, pretty mean. Kill yourself in Minecraft, Vasaraga being a good guy. Yeah. I only like Leffen when he shouts in anger as it makes me giggle and squeal. No, listen, again, it's very entertaining, right? It's very entertaining. You're not gonna see me for a second claim that it's not like, or even like LTG, right? Like, why do you think LTG got so popular? Because it is, there's like something deep in the evil part of your brain. Just, he really enjoys watching him just crash out on a motherfucker for no reason, right? Both in the sense that it's like, weirdly, it's fun to watch him be pissed, but also it's just fun to watch him be so mean to someone. Like, it feeds the ugliest, like, worst part of your brain, right? But, like, again, you know, with that in mind, I can also acknowledge that, like, drugs are good for me, and yet I probably shouldn't, you know, do, like, hard drugs like heroin or something like that, you know? It's fun, but I'm glad that it's the exception to the rule these days, as far as, like, big, visible voices in the community. I'm very happy that, even though it is fun, I'm very happy it's a minority, where it was more of a, you know, plurality, at least, back in the day. Punk, definitely a go-to player, but God, his personality is a bit much sometimes for me. Fair enough, you know. That's one of those ones where I understand it from a competitive standpoint, right? I'm sure it does make him, like, again, just how, you know, like, I suppose, it was in the Core A video, right? He talked about how, like, you know, people who don't hate winning are not winners, right? Or people who don't hate losing are not winners. Like, all the guys who get the most pissed are the ones who, like, have the best results. Totally fair. But yeah, you know, it does make it a little abrasive sometimes, certainly, right? LTG telling someone to unalive themselves becoming a meme is one hell of a thing. I don't enjoy that kind of stuff, but I still laugh because it's funny. Exactly. It's drugs. It's bad for you. Again, I'm glad that it's more of on the minority side, but I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be puritanical and tell you that shit is not hilarious, right? I only heard stuff about LTG being mostly a persona nowadays. I have no idea, man. But he was like, you know, he was at the very, like, back in the day, at the very least, he was doing that shit for real. Maybe he's had like a Vinland Saga. He has no enemies, like mood switch. But I don't know. I don't know. That kind of stuff just makes me wince. I can't watch people like that. Totally fair. So I think that's a valid opinion. Wow. But yeah, I don't want to get too much into, like, talking about people who, you know, I don't have, like, too many positive things to say about. Like, more so, what the point of this whole tangent was to say that, like, you know, I'm very, very happy that, you know, people like Diaphone, like Sajam, like JM Crofts, yeah, Dato Doya, right, FeedyX, Brian F, right? I'm glad that these people exist as sort of, like, the main faces of the fighting game community these days, because they are just such, like, you know, wonderful, positive forces for good. And it's so nice, man, because it just wasn't this nice before, and I really, really fucking hate that. So I'm glad that it's different now. Twilight needs to IAD more? So true. Should I spot dodge M tackle? How about if he charges it? Okay. This is an interesting question. You've asked a prescriptive question, Shatter. Can you spot dodge M tackle? Yes. Should you? Maybe not, right? Maybe not. Oh yeah, Juna too. I like Juna. I don't watch Juna as much. I did, my bad, I did forget about him. But no, I like me some Juna, from what I've seen. He's a funny guy. I like me some Juna. But yeah, should you spot dodge M tackle? Maybe not, right? Because yeah, on counter hits, M tackle wall bounces you, and it's like actually 10,000 damage, right? I think this is the most positive FGC channel I've seen. I mean, I try to be, certainly. I mean, you know, like, I do believe very heavily in the idea that, you know, the more modern shift to, like, greater positivity on average in the FGC as far as, you know, content creation, at least, and the faces of the content creation. I do think I really like that trend. So, you know, as someone who is eventually trying, you know, if I provide enough value to people and stuff like that, as someone who's eventually trying to become like an FGC content creator and do this like as my job, I would like to be, you know, contributing to the trend that I find to be pretty positive, right? So, you know, if I like people being positive and nice and friendly and stuff like that, I would like to also be that, right? Rick is grounded. It's nice. Thank you. Yeah, Midnight. Listen, I like. I don't even know that I'm gonna like. Maybe you're right, but that's more so at this point. Like, you know, we know that this is one of those things where like I don't necessarily want to spend a bunch of time talking about someone that I have like, you know, negative things to say, right, about. It's not like there's no need to like bring awareness to anything, right? It's mostly pretty well known, right? Also talking about giant women, it's true. I'm based in every way. I'm gonna ground you with a brick. Friend-shaped streamer and community. I'm glad. It makes me very happy to hear you guys say that for sure. I just went to a Twitch chatter. Sorry for dragging out. No, you don't have to apologize at all. I'm just saying. I did not see that. My bad. No need to apologize. Yeah, I'm just saying that, you know, me personally, I'm even if you guys want to continue that conversation, I'm not gonna read any more of those messages at this point. Despite being the smallest FGC streamer I watch, Brick's the one I enjoy the most. Thanks, man. That means a lot. I think positivity is just a norm in a lot more places now. Currently training to be a teacher, couldn't join wall brawls because waiting for Easter, and I wish schools were like this before, man. That's honestly really nice to hear. You are like the first teacher that I've heard. Thanks for saying all this nice stuff, by the way, fellas, in both chats there. Much appreciated. It really does. It does mean a lot. But yeah, Shadow, you're like one of the first people I've seen who like has done any sort of like education system talk that is not like dooming super hard, right? Now, to be fair, it's not usually about like people being mean. It's just more so about, you know, the kids are just fucked. Like, it's just, you know, like iPads and COVID have burned the new generation's brains. But excuse me, Harihara, you can't just fit that in there. You guys saying a bunch of nice stuff, but you can't just say you want to fucking, you know, you can't just say you want to impreg me, man. That's not okay. I'll talk about women again. This conversation is being serious and emotional. I love you all. So true. Yeah, I mean, you guys, again, you know, having like I do my best to cultivate a like positive community, but it's a whole different thing. You know, to people at the end of the day, like there still needs to be like good, kind, like honest people in the community for it to work, right? So you guys enable this. I mean, more than I do. I'm just the one guy, right? I can do my best to like, you know, if someone shows up here and is an asshole, I can like shoot them in the head. But at the end of the day, if there were no good people, it'd be a lot harder to do something like this for sure. So pat yourselves on the back as well. Hey, we're running a tournament, remember? I'm not a teacher, but they were mailed to school. Children don't suck. They're too loud. Awesome. That's great. I would imagine that too, right? Because like, I feel like I am a little bit, we as in the entire chat, most of you, you know, all the names that I recognize, you are all people that I'm pretty happy with in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, honk. What? Potato mirror. Wait, who the fuck won this? Was this Zael? Felipe? Who fucking won? It's been so long. It must have been Zael because he's still in here. Yeah. Okay. Potato mirror, dude. Remember we were running a bracket? Not me neither, man. There's some kind of competition involving Grand Blue in the background. People have told me that they like the, you know, that the wall brawl doesn't actually talk about the wall brawl that much, but every now and then, you know, potato mirror, it's just fun enough. We can focus down. We can focus in on this for a little bit, for a second.
Believe in victory.
It's Honko on the left here. And
Gets grabbed, comma, nerds.
Oh, Shogi5, Shogi V, thanks for the follow, brother. I couldn't even bet on myself, my bad. Ricky, to make a podcast, please, for the love of God, it will be so good. Maybe eventually. I do love hearing myself talk, it's true. Oh. Is Charlotta called Potato because she's small and yellow, been meaning to ask for a few months? Not sure about the yellow part. I think Potato is just like, yeah, because she's small and like stupid, and it's like an endearing thing, you know? Like, it's just like a, yeah. I assume it's like small and dumb, right? Is more so what it is. Rick talks so much, I forgot this wasn't a podcast. Potato on potato fighting, yeah. But I'm not actually sure of the origin, Shatter. She looks like a Lalafell? But it's a Lalafell. Also, is 2-2 elemental look any different from her jump? Cannot tell the difference. It should, yeah. Does she not front flip? I feel like there is a notable difference, yeah. Like, she has a little flip, right? Her jump, yeah, straight up and down like that. She has a twirl, but does she not do a flip in the flip? A small race in Final Fantasy XIV? Oh, I see. But yeah, I think I would assume that she's called Potato because she's small and like brainless, right? Yes, she front flips. Yeah. That's the difference, right? It's demon flip. So if she front flips, she's demon flipping. If she twirls, yeah, you see right there, front flip. If she twirls, she's normal jumping. Right. There are blue and yellow motion lines as opposed to white for normal jump. What the fuck? I did not know that. Apparently the motion lines are also different, Shatter. So there you go. What? Maybe my brain knew that subconsciously, but I definitely couldn't have told you that. Vortex in my non-Street Fighter 4 game, yeah. I'm just kind of observant, you know? I'm like an empath, you know? Lawfells get called potatoes a lot. There's a joke made by a dev, and it kind of escalated from there. Honestly, maybe that fucking is the origin. Who knows? Which one of the fucking potatoes won, by the way? I actually don't know who won game 1. I didn't look at the... I'm gonna say it was Honko. I can't remember. Men are natural empaths after all. That's me. I ain't looking at all that. I'm gonna complain about Charlotta on Twitter and not learn the matchup. The more righteous one, that's fair. Honko? Okay, I got the 50-50. Grappler brain working pretty well. As an empath, I don't really have anything to say, but you know. POV, the sentence started by the worst guy you know. This is not the SSBA. Yeah, forever pure, forever racist. It doesn't quite work out that way, brother. I only hear her called Electricura. Yeah. Boy, I sure love down backing in Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising. Little did I know this match was a creature feature, featuring the creature. As I stand up into H Demon Flip and take 12,000 damage from the command grab. La Creatura. I think the creature is incorrect, yeah? It should be feminine. La Creatura. Any Spanish or Portuguese speakers in chat? You want a creature on your feature? That's right. I love the idea that Charlotta mirrors and only Charlotta mirrors are duels of honor and glory. Duels of racism. Whoa. Does this prove that if you meet your doppelganger, you have to fight for your life? I think I would win. I thought that was French. It's all Romance languages, man. Like, I'm not saying they're the same, but a lot of the same stuff, a lot of the same, like, general rules you'll see applied. Portuguese is La Criatura, if that helps. Oh, see, this is SSBA. That shit's gonna send them straight to hell. Spanish doesn't have le, just L and la. Oh, I see. Le, yeah, okay, gotcha. Now the charge inputs are even more not necessary. I really should try to learn one of the charge input characters. Y'all. I just wish you didn't have to do upward charge for DP. Yeah, I thought they removed all charge inputs, but apparently it's only back forward. Is that right? I remember Razzle, I think, was saying something like that. Like, he's like, you still have to do the charge input for DP if you want to get, like, the technical input bonus. Just do simple inputs? Well, yeah. But, in theory, it is nice to sometimes for combos. I don't know how often her DP is used for, like, besides starting combos. They should put a fat woman in the game and call her SSBA and SSBBW. Alright, brother. Whatever you say. DP is still charge or simple only? Yeah, gotcha. So it's only the back forward inputs they removed? Ow. Ooh, that was... Because they grabbed them in the air, they could convert off that, I think. Getting asked by Brazilians for matches, sad, because I want to fight them, but the connection will be ass. I mean... You know, you can just do it though. Thoughts on the connection? I know it's like it's actual ass because it's like delay based ass, I would assume, but only forward charge can be converted to emotion. That's, you know, it's something at least. Who else even has a down up charge motion? Now that I think besides Charlotta, because Vasaraga has a charge input, and he his is back forwards, right? Eustace has back forward. Eustace does? Slow kills a charge input? What the fuck? Seox? Wait, Voss is a down charge? Voss only has a back charge, no? Slow kill is down up? Ustav is crazy, yeah. What? Uno? I don't think Uno has charge inputs at all, no? Guile? So true. That's so true, Bestie. Wait, Voss? Voss only has, I thought Voss was only tackle, right? Tackle's back forwards. Seox anti-hand is 2-8? Oh my god, you're right! Uno has a charge parry? Today I fucking learned. Guile not in this game as he went home to become a family man? That's right. Like it has rollback? Oh. Like it has legit amazing netcode and the best of lobby systems, just shows you a list of every player online? Bro, then stop being a pussy and fight the Brazilians, man. What the fuck are you doing? Bad rollback. Come on. Have your 7 rollback frames and fucking enjoy it. Now wait. Gustav. Dude, she's so small, man. Look at how much... Like, it's so funny comparing this to, like, you know, Vasaraga versus Versuja or something. Where, like, so much of the screen is taken up by the characters. There's so much empty, there's so much negative space in this image, you know? Ow. Ow. The double Aki tech? We do not throw bait in this house. I'm not blocking QB tribe jumps and 7 rollback frames, then don't block them, man. Have you considered enforcing your game plan first? Forever pure! Forever racist? Wait, that is one of the worst, like, non-cinematic hits of any super, huh? I did not know that did... What? That does nothing! I guess because the down smash is also supposed to hit them, right? I didn't realize I could even, like, not get cinematic on the vertical hitbox. She was too high up. Not sure it was mentioned, but Uno's counter is 2-8. Yeah, someone did mention charge parry. I did not realize. Was that even plus on hit? It genuinely might not have been. That might have been punishable on hit, honestly. Vayne Hawk 2-0 looking at us. Yeah. Down smash and Granblue. Did she just walk up slowly? Okay, sure. My work's cut out for me, so I will cut you. 1-2 Raging Strike. I think you could maybe get a raw... That 2U, you look like you could get like a raw extension off that, maybe. La Criatura. Is her work cut out for her? I mean, if you believe her. I've been told that short people are less trustworthy, though. Is 28L being used more than before? It was buffed, actually. It was, yeah, her light DP was buffed, if that's what you're referring to. I think it's better as, like, a combo starter if she can anti-air with it now. Obviously, it's air blockable, but, like, if you catch someone doing something, like if they jump in on you with an aerial. No way, dude. Oh my, no, man. No, they just, fuck. They baited the super, but then they just got hit by the smash on the way down. That's so sad. Oh, no. He just SSBA slowly, and he just walk up slowly and downswing. I'm 6'3" and wildly untrustworthy, so I don't think your rule is very good. Hey, that's appealing, that's erasing the exception, you're right. That's unfortunate. Alright, well. So that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Did I make a gamble for this? Yes, I did. Oh.
Very good on.
Sheepa
This
took that
person
one down.
is incredibly smart and attractive.
Yo, monthly check-in. Looking forward to 1 year next month. Anything special planned? I guess I fucking should, huh? Did I? When did I start streaming? Was it? You've been here since, you and Suki have both been here since month 1. Yeah, Pone? I think so. I think that's why you got like the founder badge next to you right there. Why am I? What should? Oh, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Suki, when is your when's your thing coming up? Maybe we should try to do something something special. 6'3", 150. Bro will be blown over by a strong gust. A thin twink man. I mean, whatever makes you happy, I guess. I was a Korshipo, barely taking it there. All right, so winners finals, best of 5, Punisher and Lolipe. They are not both in here. Got knowledge checked by my own character. Pressure got to me. It's how it works, man. It's how it goes. Mirrors can be bad for the brain. Certainly. Me and Charlotta are the same weight. No, hold on. Surely, that can't be the case. Rising is also bad for the brain? In many ways. But it's good for the brain if you like the happy chemicals. Or if you're like one of those people who like is seduced by negative emotions and you like the bad chemicals. Like they're so bad for you, but it feels so good. You know what I mean? Like being angry or sad or like depressed, like there's a weird seductiveness to it. You know, like it's almost you can get lost in it a little bit if you're not careful. Maybe that's just me. Like maybe I just have like a mental illness, but I don't think so. Like, I think that's a pretty common like human experience. My earlier question is moot because it seems like Lucy cannot go to super off RS in the corner or I'm just bad. I mean, if you get maybe, like not off the regular RS launch, but if you maybe get like a higher, like if it's like a juggle and then they're already pretty high up in the air and then you RS them, they'll go even higher up, right? So that might be able to help it. I can relate to that as a mentally ill individual. On the 25th? Okay, okay. Oh, yeah, should we do, what is the, maybe we can do something special for a year. We haven't done viewer battles in a little bit. I'll think about it, honestly. I still need to fucking make, I need to make those fucking sub badges. Jeopardy? We did Jeopardy with the subs. You might need more height, like Brick said. Yeah. Like if you, like Raging Strike juggles can. I thought you were talking about people being short and untrustworthy again, but you're talking about the combo, yeah. The juggles can certainly make a difference, right? Warhog ate me in one sitting, if that counts. What are, yeah, no, for sure, man. For sure. Yup. Brick, we don't need to do viewer battles. We need to snipe your road to master runs. That's fair. I demand a live video of Brick doing a Ladiva SPD. I just like posted on Live Leak. My bling got fucked when I got robbed, so it stopped paying the monthly. So now it's on the 28th. I see. So maybe, yeah, because I feel like I started. We may have already passed one. We may have already passed 1 year, honestly, that I've been streaming. I might have just forgotten. But I'll figure out something. We can do something fun, maybe. Maybe, you know what? Maybe it's maybe we have to do another community tier list post 2.0. Thoughts? Rick IRL meetup. I want bro to hug and then immediately fucking murder me. Dick Rick. Okay, listen. Here's the thing, right? I actually there's something we can talk about here because it's something that I am genuinely like a little worried about. So I am planning to go to Evo, hopefully, right? I am planning to go to Evo. That'll be fun. I think that'll be really fun. And if people are able to go to Evo, then maybe we could I could meet up with a bunch of people. I think that could be really fun. However, I'm getting a little bit more trepidatious about it, let's say, with like every passing day. Can't wait to sleep at the brick house. I really do want to go to Evo, and I want to go with one of my buddies too. So like, there's a lot of reasons, right? Please do not go to America. Yeah. So this is, we don't have to talk about politics right now. I mean, if you've listened to me say literally anything, or if you've looked at any of the people in my community or stuff like that, you could probably you can figure out my opinions on things, right? But I am a Canadian, and I've heard a lot of stuff that there's some issues that happen. There are some issues that happen occasionally when Canadians try to cross the border these days, and things might be even worse in 5 months. Who knows? Or like in 4 months, or whatever the fuck with Evo's happening. So, I think I still plan on going for sure, but I'm a little worried. The can of worms has been opened. Yeah, I'm trying to keep it strictly related to Evo, please. I understand. But Rick thinks we're ugly. They don't want to look at us. Yeah. I'd say most likely it'll be fine, but yeah, it's a valid concern. Yeah. Again, and in case you're worried about this is Evo Japan. No, Evo Japan should be fine. I'm talking about Las Vegas Evo. Go to Evo France. Yeah. I'm planning to go to Evo France with a bunch of friends. Gonna be fun. 100% understand though. Genuinely, stuff going on right now is scary. Yeah. As a player, as a commentator, no, I'm not a commentator, brother. I fucking suck. No, I mean I suck as a player too. But yeah, probably I want to join like the Grand Blue, maybe even the Street Fighter 6 brackets, and also just like as a guy, like I said, as a guy to just go over there and have fun. But yeah, I think I'm still gonna do it, but I'm waiting. So I'm going to Japan. Oh fuck, I'm waiting. It's not that long anymore. As a guy, yeah. As a man, as an empath. I thought they would let Brick on the mic. He would just yap into the ether, yeah. But I'm waiting until I come back from Japan to buy my Evo ticket. Now that might be a little too late, but like, I don't know, man. Maybe a month and a half from now, we're in like a Cold War or something like that. So I'm being cautious. Let's just say. It's okay. I'll have someone pose as your Discord kitten. So true. Post-political take dies from shame from caring about politics. Now hold on. Again, we're not gonna do this right now, right? But I think very different. I care a lot about politics. It's just that this is not the space in which I'm here to talk about that, right? I think at this point, some real serious shit is happening, man. I think it's probably not a bad idea to be. I think it's not a bad idea to care about what's going on now if you've never cared before, even, right? But we're guys, we keep a little dirt under the pillow for the dirt, man. That's right. The difference between genius and insanity is very small in fighting games, indeed. Yeah, yeah. It'd be great to see you at Evo. It's gonna be my last hurrah before my mortgage. Having ass treats into house poor hermit status for a couple of years. Yeah. In case he comes to town. That's got such a good video. Didn't know you were Canadian. Very cool. Yeah, yeah. I live in Toronto. Wasn't born here, but I've been here for over half my life now, I guess. He doesn't even commentate his own tournaments, let alone Evo. Fuck. Okay, you're right, but it's mean of you to say that, right? Like you're right. You're not wrong, right? But I feel like you could have not said you know what I mean. I have mastered. Yeah, I listen. I would say that by okay, listen, we're not gonna do this right now, okay, but I would say that by and large, if you don't care about politics, that's probably a privilege, right? Some people cannot afford to just be like, doesn't affect me, and then go from there, right? But yeah, I mean, if you're unbothered, you're unbothered. That's nice, at least, right? That's at least there are potential other steps there, but that becomes kind of going like doing a nice thing for people. You're Canadian? I thought you were lesbian or you're a very young child. Yeah. So you're Canadian? Not very cool. Oh! Get your DP baited, asshole. But yeah, point being, I hope, again, this is just not the space in which I want to discuss this. I hope I can go to Evo. I still certainly am planning to. I've made no cancellations of my plans. I'm just sort of delaying fully committing to them. It is first to 3, by the way, so that's not... It ain't over. He hit him with the unspoken truth. Characters dropping their combo on SBA confirm and still having Oki annoys me when all the characters I play die for whiffing them. Have you tried playing better characters? Have you tried not losing at camp select, man? When I whiff my Ladiva super, I'm like plus 30 still. I'm just glad we'll have Galleon before Evo. Oh, way before Evo. Like we should almost have Vilnius by Evo, right? Like I imagine that like Vilnius comes out like a couple of weeks after Evo, probably, right? So yeah, we'll have had Galleon for like a couple of months, probably, by the time that Evo rolls around. 2 to 3 months, maybe. Like, I expect Galleon sometime in May, I would figure. Ow. Ow. Give you Dragon Mama? I can't, I can't do it. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. We can't do this again. I'm simply not gonna, I simply can't talk about Galleon. I can't talk about BFHJs. I can't talk about anything. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Do you use hydration supplements or just water? Question. What the fuck is a hydration supplement? I mean, that answers your question. But then let me answer your question with another question. What the fuck is a hydration supplement? Is it like, is Gatorade a hydration supplement? Little salt, guys? I just drink water, man. I drink Gatorade sometimes because it tastes good. But I try to like force myself to work out or something before I do that, just so I can, so my kidney doesn't hate me. Just inject the water directly into my veins. What? So I can piss it again later? Life is a prison, man. Put salts in your packets and they hydrate you when you're super sweaty. I see. That makes sense. Electrolyte stuff, basically. Ow, 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 ow. My kidney hates me? I'm sure it does. But it's okay, you have another one. You don't need to. I haven't drank Gatorade since high school. My body actively rejects electrolytes now. I mean, electrolytes are in everything, right? Like, if you have, like, a steak, there's electrolytes in that shit. It's just that it's a concentrated suspension of salts and water, and then some sugar with it is what Gatorade is, basically. Talk about Galleon in either form. Yeah, for sure, man. I mean, okay, here's the thing, right? Like, I feel like the giant dragon form is super fucking cool, and that's, like, mind-bogglingly huge, right? I feel like I've mostly, like, said everything that I have to say about that one, though, which is why I'm a little bit hesitant. So I'm like, yes, it's very cool that she's, like, hundreds of thousands of football fields long, and, like, it almost, like, doesn't make sense. Like, that image of her in the gacha makes me think that the Grand Blue World must be on a different scale than ours, in that, it must be either those islands are floating in the fucking, like stratosphere for us, or, their planet's just, like, way bigger. They're living on, like, a Jupiter instead of, like, an Earth, or something like that. Several million burgers? Yep. But, like, yeah, but I feel like I've mostly gone over everything that I wanted to talk about with, like, Big Galleon, but then it's, like, Big Galleon. And, like, I could say a lot about Galleon's, like, human form, or, like, mortal form, I guess. But, like, I feel like if I speak, I'm in big trouble, bro. She's an Earth Dragon, she can just make islands under her feet. That's true. She could put me under her feet as well, and you know what I mean? How's the gacha been going for you anyways? I haven't done any more polls because I'm waiting for a Gala. We should do a bust tier list. Galleon, 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 and then, I don't know, like a Neela is like in the tier below that, and then Maya somewhere there or something. The world's probably smaller, actually. Then how the fuck does she fit, brother? Isn't the One Piece world like several times bigger than the real world? Another inspiration from One Piece? So true, dude. Luckily Chura. Someone's done the science, I'm sure. Yeah. Can someone do the math? If Galleon, how much does Galleon weigh? And if she just like, you know, if she just like fully suspended all of her weight on my face ass first, would I die? I'm still part of this. Still, you know, I feel like maybe Harihara didn't get his psycho monologue, money's worth, right? So like how much do we know how much she weighs? And if she sat on my face, would it kill me? Anyone know? Any Grand Blue lore heads? Absolutely overkill. Even not Dragon Galleon. That's obviously, but like you know, like human or like, you know, draft form Galleon. Die happy or die unhappy? I mean, it's you know, what a way to fucking go. Rick, just say till the roof stinks at this point? I mean, I thought that went without saying, brother. I thought. In fuckable form, you probably live. I mean, bold of you to assume that both of them are not, but, you know. I think I'd live, right? Probably still, yes? I feel like she's what? Human Galleon, you'd be fine, but I think you would lose all your blood. I mean, it would go somewhere, that's for damn sure. About 550 pounds of force crushes a human skull. I don't think she weighs 500 pounds, right? She's a big draft lady, but like, even Vasaraga, does he weigh 500 pounds? So I think I'd live. And even if I would die, honestly, I mean, brother. I mean, maybe that's how I want to go out, right? Have you ever considered? Do not save me. Do not help me. Again, the thumbs up from underneath my tomb, from underneath my prison. Vasaraga definitely does. Even without the armor? 550 pounds? Maybe. You're a grappler main, you survive by will alone. That's true. That's true. Ow. Ooh. What the fuck? Yeah. No, I mean, this is the ground-based footsies, the whiff punishing, the Grand Blue Fantasy Versus, you know, is known for worldwide. What the fuck was that? 500 pounds of force is different than 500 pounds. Pound force equals pounds, a unit of weight. I see. Is it based on, wait. Is pound force based on surface area? Like, is it like pounds per, like, meter squared or something like that, Tubby? Like, when they say, like, 550 pounds of force, they'd be referring to, like, pounds per square inch or something? Pound force is not equal weight? No, I got you, but, like, what is pound force, then? Would it be, like, weight per something? Because I assume it still involves pounds in some way, right? What the fuck is a Newton, again? It's mass times acceleration, right? So it's a kilogram meter per second squared? What's the score right now? I have no fucking idea, brother. You can't ask me questions like this because you expose. Rick SPD, what happened in this match? There was a Raging Strike punish on a whiffed 2-2U riding free, which was really fun. I saw that part. I talked about that part, okay? But, you know, that's why you can't get me talking about Galleon, brother. It's 2-2? No, so true. It's funny, it's such an amazing set. I don't doubt that at all. I don't doubt that at all. It's also, apparently it's final round if it's 2-2. Listen. You can spot dodge the parry. I learned something today. Look, see, everyone, you guys are all paying attention at least, so that's fine, right? If you think about it, right? If you think about it, if you consider it for a second, right? We've got like, you know, something like 90 people between YouTube and Twitch watching this. If I'm not paying attention, but everyone else is, that's like 99% of the audience is paying attention to the match, right? So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. 1 pound force or 1 pound force is made up of units of weight over the Earth's surface. Interesting. Say hi to Geef. So true. Even in their avatars, the 6 dragons struggle to control their overwhelming power. In the summer fates, Galleon was unable to help prepare Bonito because she just pulverizes it beneath her unsteady knife. So you're saying she would, like, definitely kill me? I might be kind of fucking down, though, right? Wouldn't force be irrespective of gravity, whereas weight is a measurement of gravity's effect? I mean, weight... The normal force is how much you weigh realistically. It's the, you know, thing pushing you back up on you. That's why, like, you know, you don't feel any sort of weight if you're not on a surface, basically. But it's all, listen. Hello. 0 dex, all strength. Yes, in the best way. I'd be fucking down, brother. But yeah, Geef, he says hello. He says hi. He's also, you know, in a few months he'll be a year old as well. I got him
from Otakuthon in Montreal in like July or something. All right. He's stroking it. He's freaking his shit. Don't talk about my son that way. That is my actual human son. He's a good boy. He would never freak his shit in public. That's a me thing to do, not a him thing to do. Trying to get those paintings framed. I got you. Hit me up. He's jorking it. He's not jorking it. He's not jorking it. He's not jorking it. He's not. Okay, Zael and Twy. I promise you, you have my wholehearted word. I will exclusively talk about what's happening on the screen this match. It's Vasaraga versus Versuja. I will fully be commentating the match and nothing else. For at least this one. A pound force can be equal to the force required to move 1 pound of mass at the acceleration of gravity. So you'd probably be fine if she sat on you. So true. I'll fully be commentating. I gave him 45 seconds. Now hold on. That's just rude, man. It might be right, but it's rude.
Vasaraga versus Versusia.
This is loser's quarters.
The false
W streamer, commentator, and TO. That's me.
fade into darkness. The line
All right. Plus on block close M versus plus on block close H. Who will win? Well, little do you know, Versuja's close M is also plus on block, just not as much as Vasaraga's, right? Versuja's close M is plus 1. Vasaraga's close M is plus 3, right? Y'all want to bet on how much this Gen Z attention span survives? Well, check this out. Vasaraga versus Versuja. Vasaraga versus DLC Vasaraga, who's just better than he is. Crazy, wild. Yeah, no Soul Forge there, right? So he was fronted just a little bit. Man, she can do that too. 2L, 2U. Why is this character so good at converting off that shit, man? Her 2U is 7 frames, I guess, right? But I know that she can OS Siegfried Orkin with it. Rolls out of the corner, sure thing. Why is she like this? I'll grab these +2 off the full charge 668 right there, so he does put you in a little bit of a 50-50 potential. Oh, sure. The cheeks? Not even the round closer, just doing that shit? I see you. Sure. Get off me, good sir. There's not a save jab, right? Yeah, like her... That is the one thing, right? That is the one thing, like, if there's genuinely one place where Versuja actually wants a close L, like a normal-sized and, like, length close L, is that it is kind of tough for her to save jab shit a lot of the time, right? Oh, wait. I don't think it's super easy for her to, like, her 2L maybe, but, like... It's not necessarily, out. It is a weakness in that sense, right? It is a little bit harder for her, to my understanding, to save jab stuff. I think our 5L definitely does... It does, right? Now, I just realized, does it? Does her 5L have more recovery than a normal close L? Because I would certainly assume so. Versuja can't save jab, same energy as 2B, can't 6XL. I mean, both of those things are true. If anything, this is more true than the 2B can't 6XL, because 2B has, a dash that makes up for it. Versuja does not have, like, a real way to meet you and be safe through reversals in the same way, right? So it actually is more of a problem for her. Hawk 2H, so true. You gotta spot dodge that, or he's gonna be plus every time, right? If you spot dodge that 6XH as he's approaching, then usually sometimes you get a full punish on him too, at the very least a back throw punish. It's always nice to back throw Vasaraga as well, because putting Voss in the corner is the win condition. Makes his life very difficult. You should be dead. Yep. So much damage. 17,000 health? I don't think so. 99999, 99999. Right? It's the golden text, got the 2 exclamation marks near it too. It's got the little, like, light effect behind it, right? Bro is hitting damage cap, for sure. No doubt about it. It should, but Bilal's say should probably be punishable. Listen. Rare Voss super, it's true. Okay. He was trying to go for a funny right there. I'm not sure how much value Voss gets off that in the mid-screen, but if he does, if you let him fully charge the H follow-up on the stance right there, he gets a guard break that is plus enough for him to combo off of. Right? I'm not sure how useful it is for him to do in the mid-screen, though. Probably still get something. Her close M is 8 frames. I'm okay with having a +1. That's fair. Vasaraga's close M is 8 frames and +3. Shit's nuts. Shit's fucking schnutty, man. Do you think I'll enjoy Galleon in terms of gameplay? She looks cool. Well, she's not Vasaraga or Versuja, so I'm not talking about her, I fear. Playing Voss and Relic and seeing the HP bar go down a percentage when you hit was really satisfying. Yup. Yup. It's like really satisfying to have him absolutely eviscerate people off his, even like non-optimal starters. Vasaraga clears like 11k on like 7 different combo routes, it feels like. He just fucking hurts so badly, man. He does so much damage. He needs one more of... Is it gonna reach? It's not gonna be full cinematic regardless. It does reach though. Okay, okay. So that's still decent for Versuja because she keeps her brave points. He actually had the close L. I'm not sure if he had the kill there, but he honestly might have. Right? Even off close L starter, Vasaraga, you know, is doing Fireball, 2H, right? Like stance, L or H follow-up, close M, Raging Strike, close M, into like the M command grab or something. That might have still been enough damage, but he didn't hit confirm it. He went for the command grab, the classic grappler conundrum. Cost him his life. Vasaraga clears more than 11k with his Goofer starters. Yeah, his actual, like really good combo starters are like the optimal one is, to my understanding, the best you can get off it is 12, 1, 2, 6. But even off like, you know, counter hits like close M or something, he clears like 11-5. He does like Abel's optimal damage on like just like, you know, some random starter. Like counter hit close M is almost a BMB because he gets that shit so often with the command grab mix. Because his mix is always close M or command grab, right? Rick, I tried so hard I could not find more damage. I think 12, 1, 2, 6 is the most you can do. I agree. Even with raw SSBA. Yeah, there are routes you can do with the raw SSBA, but you have to give up like better hits earlier on. Wow. I mean, he doesn't need better damage, right? 12, 1, 2, 6. Again, Abel's optimal. And besides, like, I mean, Abel has the one like really goofy pixel perfect setup. Like Abel's optimal is 11-5 or something, man. Right? He's clearing the second highest damage character in the game by quite a lot. Now, of course, Siegfried 3-stock exists, but excluding that. Ow, ow. No defense. Ah! The cheeks. Rare footage of the cheeks actually getting blocked. They buffed those to be 22 frames in the Versuja patch, right? Is he not dead? Wow, he's not. Oh, but how do you like it? Not the cheeks, but gets stepped on, skull snapped by the large dragon mommy. And that's 2-1 Zael, knocking Vasaraga, knocking Twy out of the bracket. Sad times for Vasaraga enjoyers everywhere, but always fun to see a little big body matchup happening. The femdom dash attack, yep. Me one. I feel one reason big body in most recent games have relatively zoomed in screens. It's actually a decent point, yeah. There's just like less screen space, so big normal is even better. The OnlyFans overhead, yeah. You guys get it. See, I only talked about what was happening on screen for an entire match, guys. Are you proud of me? Is this what you wanted? Is this what you desire? I'm not gonna do that anymore, but snoo overhead. God, I wish that was me overhead. Yeah. All right, Midnight and Quishupo. Midnight Royal. No, you didn't, Mr. Brick? Oh. Talking about Vasaraga and his combo routing is talking about the match, okay? Discussing characters that are on screen counts. Not gonna do it anymore? That's right. Good boy? That's a weird thing to say, but you know. You know, if you were Galleon, now we could talk, right? If you were Galleon, then maybe, you know, maybe I'd be coming in my pants right now from hearing you say that. But unfortunately, I'm pretty sure your ass is not Galleon. And therefore, I feel nothing. I'm proud, but imagine a Galleon 66H where she just sits on your face. Yep. It triggers your eSIM attachment that you have plugged into your computer that just starts, like, milking your cock until you mash enough buttons to get out of it. But you don't want to get out of it, is the thing. Right? So you just sit still. You just sit still and you watch your health bar drain. Because honestly, you don't even really want to win anymore. Have we gambled the last few sets? No? I don't think so. No, we have not. You want to gamble, you can gamble. Anila sits on your face and no one's talking about that? That should tell you something. Midnight and Shupa. What is happening? Don't even fucking worry about it, man. Don't fucking, you guys, that's the problem. Everyone asks too many questions these days. Best I've done in this to date, so I'm happy. Yeah, you got like 5th, right? I think you're tied for 5th. 3.0 is adding sex, crazy. I know, man. They're adding, you won't last 5 minutes playing this game adds to my Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. Come to Evo, we're going to the craps table together, sir. The only thing I gamble on is whether or not, you know, I can survive under Galleon's prodigious weight. Hey, he's fully boys loved up. What the hell? I'm one step closer to winning Wall Brawl. My go. I would assume this is one of the best matchups for Lucilius to 5U Aura farm. I mean, I feel like a random call out U like Honda Headbutt could get him, but even then he might be able to smack it down with something. I think if Charlotta has meter, it gets a lot harder for him to do so, right? Because I think her Blanca Ball should, I think it should crush, the U Blanca Ball at least, should crush any of the 5U follow-ups, I would imagine. But this is not a good 5U matchup, LMAO. Too much Blanca Ball, too much Headbutt. He loved his boys, and he always will. Damn. Farming her out of the Demon Flip is so disrespectful. Whoop. Does this kill? Because she was dead. Yeah, I think you could have killed her there, but it's not like that. That was also, I think, punishable. But it's fine. It's fine. A little bit of something. It happens, right? A little bit of sweater weather. He still got the rounds. Vayne is a Goose 5U matchup, so true. Bitch ass Vayne. Damn. What spirited these crates beneath my feet? No. Minus on block? Okay, okay. I think Charlotta was the first character I got super hard knowledge checked by when I started playing the game. Back when I was in like A rank with Ladiva or something like that, when the game first came out. I remember that I got caught in the infinite. I got caught in the light Sword of Lumiel or medium Sword of Lumiel infinite. You know what I mean? I was just like, what? Like sometimes I mash and I can't do anything, and what? Like it's not taking a cooldown. She just gets to be plus on block forever. And you know, it took me like 15 minutes to figure out that the light version was minus and the medium version was plus, and that there was a visible difference between the two of them because one of them had like 3 slashes, one of them had 6. I think that was the first like big Grand Blue knowledge check. Remember you doing replay reviews? Rest in peace, and telling people that it's fake. Replay reviews are dead, man. Yeah, I've been having a lot of fun, you know, doing other stuff. It's not rest in peace. We might do more replay review at some point. I feel like that makes me sad. 07 to the replay reviews? Alright. Fellas, you know, it doesn't have to be like this. Oh, I thought I was gonna DP, but this works too. Yup. Rot away, dead and buried. Replay reviews are dead in the casket you carried. Oh my god. Sounds like I can still hear them today. This is a little much, guys. We can do some more would that make you happy? For the 1-year anniversary of me streaming, do we just do replay review? Is this what you're dearly missing? 07? It's not. They're not gone. They're not gone. Okay. Replay reviews died, so Galleon Gooding could live. I'm being falsely represented, man. Yes. 24-hour replay review stream. Get through the whole. I can't end the stream until I get through the backlog. Oh wait. Vegas Super there from midnight. Yeah, to avoid the chip. I thought I was gonna UDP honestly, but it worked out. Holy fuck yes. It's just. Do we even have 24 hours of replay review to do? We need this? I'm kind of spitting. Well, 24 hours is kind of a lot. Okay, sure. Oh. This is a tough situation. The cooldowns are so short. Look at it. He's got Avatar Belial cooldowns, man. He's loving his boys. This is basically, I was gonna. Kujipo has to find a window to just like jump scare him with like a 2-1-4U or something. Or a 4-6U. Yep, something like that. That works too. Spot dodging the U fireball, give him enough plus frames. Slowly walked him into the corner there, right? Midnight maybe being a little too passive with all that BL5 power that he's got right there. So he's saying you're making top 8 graphics in this week's announcement, just a little something extra for your plate. So true, so true. I do keep I forgot I said that. Every now and then, I only remember that I have to do the top 8 graphics when I'm doing other things. There's never a point where my brain is free where I'm like, oh yeah, right, the top 8 graphics. I don't know what it is. It was taking so long that all the players submitted replay reviews already got top 16 at Arc World Tour events. This is just slanderous. He's not being passive, he's aura farming? Oh, my bad. I mean, Boss Seox aura farms and he loses too, so I guess you're not wrong. Ow. This is not gonna link. Yeah, for every racist. Oh, good! 2H. Even on the non-counter hit, finds the conversion. Oh my, the down, up, Axion control. Recenter the potato. That was kind of clean, actually. People who submitted replay reviews don't need the help anymore. Man, listen. I need the top 8 graphics, that's all I got. The shit post was so good. Okay. Turns out the aura farming benefit. The Konami code, super? Yeah. Hit her with the down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Left, right, BA, start, whatever the fuck. What is, okay, wait, do I remember the actual Konami code? I don't think I do. It's like, I don't know, it goes BA start at the end. It's like there's some down ups and some left rights. Bro does not? I do not, no. Down, up. Is it down, up, down, up? I feel like it might be down, up, left, right, BA start. I feel like my brain shipped that out. It's something like that, isn't it? Am I the only one who read Axion Control and Shadow's voice when learning the game? Yeah, no, I definitely thought of Chaos Control as well. Up, down, left, right, BA, select, start. Oh. Okay. I wasn't that far off, right? I was saying up, down, left, right. It's up, down. That's fucked up. I wasn't that far off, man. I should have gotten to stream so you could see my excellent funny name. Bro is literally 12. I mean, listen, if I'm literally 12, some of y'all motherfuckers have been talking about getting me pregnant. So, that's, I'm just saying, right? That's a bigger problem for chat than it is for me, okay? I'm calling the cops on your ass. You can't get away with that shit. Not on my watch. Vine boom? Yeah, exactly. He's 18? There you go. That's what I fucking thought. Paul Belial? Yeah. Bro's around for the hour-and-a-half Metal Gear Solid ending cutscene. Yeah, my old Metal Gear Solid reference is the Infinity Ladder, you know? It's Metal Gear Solid 3. I'm a zoomer. I'm a zoomer, man. Sam? Okay. We are officially unbelialing the chat. I'm casting a magic spell that makes you not a child predator. It's been done. And it was kind of zesty as well. Alright, Zael and Midnight.
Insurrection,
Losers, semis.
deny. You have cut your lifelines with your own hands.
Bro's introduction to Metal Gear was Rising Revengeance.
Falling into the abyss.
In many ways. Bro's introduction to MSG was Snake and Brawl. How this famous Grand Blue streamer got pregnant at EVO's one held by YouTube title? That's true. You are no longer a Montagari fan? Do you mean Monogatari? Or what are you saying? What's Montagari? Am I that young? Is this supposed to be a reference to something? Is this the fucking game that had the Konami code in it? No, that's not right. Was it Contra? Contra had the Konami code in it, right? Was the first game? My video game history is all fucked up, man. See, now this, once she uses H-Pillar on the bright side, this is a fucking 5U matchup, right? Once H-Pillar is on cooldown, she literally can't do anything. Yeah, it was Contra, yeah. Bricks and Unk and a small baby boy, how does this work? I don't know, man. I think chat just can't let me be fucking normal, man. I can't just be like a guy. I'm just a guy, man. I'm just a little guy, in fact. BL5. Me when I love boys. Oh, good interrupt. On her trying to zoom in there. This little guy? That's me. That's me, man. That's literally me. That's a fucking picture. I use a flesh tuber avatar to be more presentable to the human public, but like little guy is just a picture of me that I put as an emote. I love loving boys. I'm happy for you. I love many boys, platonically, like mostly, but like, you know, doesn't make it any lesser form of love, really. Ow, ow. Never mind, it was a game called Gradius, but it got popular from Contra. Shut up, man. You stink. Nerd emoji, etc., etc. Ow. H pillar being spent as the go sign versus characters with strong neutral. Personally use blocking H pillar as a sign to start tooting the little trumpet. Yeah, yeah. As Ladiva, I use it as a sign to start dashing at her like a mad woman, or lariating, or etc. Homoerotica. Mostly, yeah, yeah. Ow. You know how it be. That's why I still think this matchup is good for Lucy, because you can interrupt the run pretty well and can lock her down in the corner with 5U and far M. So true. You are ally salty. So true. To the void. Forsaken. For gore. For gore. God, why that 2M is so good, man. That 2M is so good, man. You can't do that to me, man. Why am I taking this much damage off getting hit by an 8-frame button from half the screen away, man? Man. And she just got her stock back. Bro's so young, he's never heard of no regrets. Bro's so young, he's lived through 3 financial recessions. She'll fucking do it again. Yeah, she almost did. She just did right there. And once again, asking for Lucy, Far, 5M, and 5L to be side graded. I don't know, man. I think he needs it. I know it's like, you know, like somewhat genuinely. Ow, ow. Now, I know it doesn't look like he needs it when he does that, right? Listen, I get it. I get it. I know it's very funny for me to go, he needs it, and then he does this. But it's a lot rarer for him to be able to do this these days, okay? I understand. Let's. Oh, okay. Okay, you're making me look bad. Oh, okay. See, he dropped it. He's balanced. Balanced. Okay. I know it's really funny for me to say he needs it, and then he does, like, you know, 10,000 damage off of RM or something, but I promise. Bigger leg, better person. That's true. That's true. That's why you never skip leg. I'm gonna work out after this stream. Pre-patch Lucy would have killed there. Yeah, nothing about his damage went down, huh? This is a round where getting BL5 was important. Yeah, it's definitely more of the exception rather than the rule. Rosadula Han? It's a good name. It's a good creature. Creature seemingly created entirely for Rule 34. Or at the very least, if they have another purpose, I don't know what it is. Because it's been subsumed and overtaken by their true calling. You actually working out? What? That's a little rude. I did not do any of it. I did not work out at all during Ramadan. Because, you know, I like to do it usually before I stream, and, you know, with not having the food or the water, I was too much of a pussy to actually do it. But yeah, since then, I've been getting back into it. I got a little a very simple sort of like home gym setup. And by that I mean I have, like, you know, a bench and a bar and weights. I just do a bunch of, like, you know, I do some squats, some benching, some deadlifting. But yeah, I haven't been, like, consistently working out for a while, and then, like, I was sort of like, like half working out, and then Ramadan killed it entirely. And now I'm trying to get, like, actually back into doing it consistently, like 3 times a week. So that's been good. Rick would rip us to shreds? I mean, maybe one day. I'm not quite. I've also lost a lot of strength over the past, like, year or 2. The only damage nerf is that you can only start the BL combo at 4.8 out of 5. Yeah. You got a back brace for them deadlifts? Nah. Just be doing it with good form and shit. You can also solo a pack of wolves. He said so himself. It's not what I said, but, you know, it's fun. Not eating, exercising, usually a really bad combo. Yeah, that's why, like, Ramadan, you know, did kind of, like, I was usually too EP in the evenings after I was done stream. Today, though, I just, like, forgot. I had other things I was doing, so I forgot to work out before stream, so I'll probably do so afterwards. I was doing compound movements like a powerlifter. I see. I mean, I really want to look. You know, it's nice to look good with your shirt off, certainly. But I think I just want to be strong. Like the you know, barbarian, like, grappler player brain in my head I just want to be able to, like, you know, I want to be able to pick people up and, like, throw them. This is a very dead Vasaraga. Been a lot of BL5, huh? Been a lot of BL5 going on. He actually he's getting to Blade level 5 a lot more than I would expect. I guess it's a good matchup, right? I suppose. I just want to be able to kill him, man. I mean, if I have to, right? I like, you know, it's very. I have no desire, no ill will on any people. I mean, any real people who aren't like cartoon villains. Anyway, I have no like desires to hurt anyone. But you know, if I need to, if it's me or them, if it's my loved ones or them, you know, sometimes you might have to. You know, I want to be able to be in a position where I could like theoretically, you know, like decide what to do in that situation and not be at the mercy of someone who's maybe trying to hurt me and the people I care about. It's simply that simple. Brick should learn to SPD people IRL. I mean, that's murder, right? Like, you can't. There's no SPD that doesn't kill the people hit by it, right? Like in any fighting game. But Midnight's also just doing well in managing it by using specials in places Lucy didn't need to last patch. Yep. He really is. He's optimizing it quite well, certainly. All right, losers finals. Him and Lolipe. Let's get Lolipe in here. This is a best of 5. Okay, Son Goku, hero of Earth. I mean, for real though, right? This is the kind of shit that my dumbass thinks about, right? I've done like some amount of martial arts and stuff like that too, partially because I think it's fun, but also partially that I'm like, you know, I hope that, you know, I never get put in this situation, but if I'm in a situation where I might have to actually defend myself or people that I care about from something, I would like to be able to actually do it to an extent. No, like superhero fantasies or something, but if there's some place where it might make a difference, be nice to think about. Or at the very least, even just like being in like good enough shape, not to like beat a guy up, but even like to fucking run away from a guy, right? That's also, you know, like running away is always the best option in any physical altercation. But like if you're a fat ass, you're not gonna be able to run either, right? Like someone's trying to get you, right? Like at the very least, to be in good enough shape to just run away from a guy is a whole other thing. Kid Goku was 100% the reason I started working out. Yeah, I mean, also, yeah, if you watch Dragon Ball and it has never motivated you to work out, then you are, I think, a psychopath. Reminds me of a video I watched about a kid imitating wrestlers and accidentally ending his sister. Oh, shit. Those wrestling moves are fatal IRL? Yeah, man. Like, they are trained professionals, right? Just because wrestling is, I mean, that kid probably didn't know that, but just because wrestling is fake does not mean that the moves are, right? Like, they are, you know, landing them in such a way that they don't hurt themselves, but if you, like, actually pile-drived a guy, you would probably just kill them, right? So I'm more like a compliment in my head. I was calling you Goku. Oh, I see. I mean, yeah. Fair enough. Being in good shape to get out of there is important. Yeah, in many ways, right? So a big reason for me wanting to be, like, strong and in shape, besides, like, you know, I mean, the secret fantasy that every man has of being able to just pick up every man that's attracted to women, I suppose, being able to like pick up your partner if you need to, right? Like with great ease and then in dramatic fashion. But besides that, it's, you know, just in case, like what if I find myself in like one situation in my life where being like really strong would actually make the difference between, you know, someone getting seriously hurt or being okay. All right. We're just waiting on the Lipe to show up right here, and then we can get losers finals. Going. A lot of people don't realize that a lot of martial arts understanding how not to fight. Yep. Oh, game closes session. She's connecting again. Gotcha. It's like one of the first things they teach you if you go to like most places where you can. I've done a little bit of jiu-jitsu has been the thing that I've been a really big fan of, and like, you know, a lot of it is just like, hey, like, you know, off is a great way to just not like get the fuck out of there. Like how to make it so that you either don't have to fight anymore, or that, you know, you can maybe disable the guy long enough to get the fuck out of there, right? No one wants to have a fight. What if you're not attracted to women and the galleon sits on your face, you survive somehow, work out, there you go. My fantasy is to not be able to pick up my partner, but not because I'm weak, but because she's a giantess. I mean, then why can't you pick her up, man? Run this set while we wait. Sure. Let me know when Lipe gets here. Beat Lipe and they're in losers finals, and I went 2-0. How does this work? You know? It's called, actually, you know what? I want to play Swords. I haven't played Swords in a little bit. I feel like I miss this boy. Or be picked up by my partner. I mean, working out might make that more difficult in that case. That's the thing, right? Flights prefer for physically capable people to sit by the emergency exits in case they need assistance with evacuation. Yeah, yeah. Need to be strong enough to lift Galleon in her dragon form. Indeed. That Sora's April Fool's poster is some serious shit. That is some cursed ass shit, huh? Maybe you could burn fat and make yourself lighter? That's true. It's true. If you're trying to get like swole, you know, it's gonna make you muscle does weigh more than fat usually. Oh, that swimmer build? I don't know how to swim. I mean, I know how to like I can survive in water. That's about where, you know, that's about where that ends. Amazing. I love Soras. No more Fortnite. Oh, I did my throw bait, man. They threw me to beat my throw bait move. It's not fair. Fuck. Hello. Get away from it. Oh, right, it's fucking -7. I had to 2M. I had to 2M that. I was too busy being mad about the fact that I didn't 2M that. Amazing. This is the ending of Metal Gear Solid 4, indeed. Felipe is here. Do you want us to wait? Oh, okay. We'll play one game and then we'll go. Yeah, please wait so I can just like watch your match. I'll be there with you in a second. I'll be right with you. Ow. Ow. Bonk. Bonk. I thought it would take him a little bit longer to get here because his game was like reconnecting, and for me that takes like fucking several minutes. That's on me. Ooh, okay, maybe Sora's is like bottom 5. I lied. She fucking grabbed me out of my throw bait twice. Ow. Or heat, rather. Woo! You wouldn't install. How does it? This is a fucking BC bait, is what I would say. If it worked. Standing here, I realize. Looking ass fight. I have a friend who does rugby and he bulked up 20 kilograms in 2 years, all of it being muscle. That is... No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Listen, I'm more than willing to believe that he got... I thought that was a BC bait. It does work sometimes. Some characters... I know Ladiva's super can work that way, certainly. I guess Sora's has too much of a gap in, you know, there's not enough active frames in there. Depends on the timing of when I BC, maybe. Listen, I'm sure he got huge. He did not gain 50 pounds of muscle in 2 years, right? That's just, that doesn't work that way. Right? Like, he did not gain, like, 50 kilograms, or 50 pounds of muscle, or, you know, 20 kilograms of muscle in a year. Or 2 years. That didn't happen. Even if he was on gear, that didn't happen, I don't think. But, I'm sure, like, you know, he very well might have gained, like, 5 kilograms of muscle, like 10, like, that'd be huge. That'd make him so much stronger, right? You when I double my muscle mass? Yeah.
Leaving such a dangerous foe intact would be unwise.
Maybe, if he's on gear, maybe he gained like 10 kilograms of muscle. That'd still be a fucking lot for 2 years, but maybe. His friend is Broly? Oh, okay. Then he probably did then. I lied. Ryle and Felipe. You should have said your friend was Broly. This is a first to 3, by the way. Don't rebore. Me and my friend is Broly? I really like Weight of the Worlds. DBS Broly because DBZ Broly is anus? Now hold on. I agree, I like DBS Broly more, right? But DBZ Broly, while like the narrative behind him is really stupid, it's like you cried when I was a kid and now I'm gonna murder all of these people, billions must die because you cried next to me. That's really stupid, right? However, have you considered that he's got so much aura though? He's got so much aura though. Have you considered that Broly is not a monster, he's the devil? Like I feel like you know, me personally, I don't like I love the TFS and the Dragon Ball Z abridged stuff. I think it's great, but I think it's also like literally made people who have never watched the show have like really strong opinions about shit based on the parody that isn't canon, right? But this is actually one of the times where I think the TFS representation is like actually a really good way to summarize it. Vegeta going, you know, he's so dumb, but he's so goddamn cool, right? Like, it is true. DBZ Broly is very dumb, and he's very cool. DBZ Broly would not make it on a commercial flight. That's right. That's correct. Right, like that. This is one of the few times where like I do actually like to use the TFS representation of something to describe something in the actual anime. In that, yeah, DBZ Broly is so dumb, but he is so goddamn right. Like you can't. I feel like at least I can't take that away from him, no matter how stupid the writing around him actually is. Is the best way for 2B to restore skill gauge to just sit back? Hitting you, yeah. What Razzle said is correct. Hitting you is the fastest way, but she does just get it from sitting around. But like double jumping and stuff, even will use it up for her. Both versions of Broly are cool, yeah. Super Broly is less cool but less dumb, I think. He's still very cool. But like he's you know he cucks he's designed like Super Broly he's designed to cuck so that Gogeta can be cooler, right? Like the whole point of Super Broly is that, you know, Gogeta is really like he's pretty cool, but Gogeta's really cool, guys, right? Like he got put in the cucking stool a little bit so that Gogeta could flex, which is totally fair. I'm a big Gogeta lover, so he's like a little bit less cool, but he's a lot less stupid. So overall, I definitely do like DBS Broly more. I agree. We gotta delay spot dodge that. You can't roll it. For gore. Oh, no meter. He tried to interrupt the dash on the way in, like he did with Versuja earlier, but actually got clipped right there. Just didn't have the meter to follow up. The old PS2 games used to gas Z Broly up so much. I mean, you know, makes a lot of sense. Canonically, like, you know, power scaling wise, dude was fucking nuts. DBS Broly is also not maidenless? That's true, that's true. DBZ Broly is permanently locked in the Paragus chastity cage. The old PS2 games had Z Broly fighting Gogeta and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is this? They spoiled the Super Broly movie? I mean, that probably was a big, genuinely a pretty big motivator for the idea of having it be Broly versus Gogeta, right? It was just that they were these, like, two incredibly powerful, like you know, characters from different movies that never met. Ow. And, yeah, Dragon Ball Super gives us a very clear, I mean, a very clear answer in that Gogeta whoops his ass. That's because Gogeta has blue, you know, who knows? Who knows? Ow. For gore. For gore. I remember the DBS Broly movie, I think, is one of the, it's like the only movie that I've ever gone to just watch in theaters by myself. And it was actually a really fun experience. Super Broly's getting Super Saiyan 4. I made that up. Don't worry, everyone knows you made that up. Everyone who cares at least knows you made that up. Dude, I got super hard on April Fools by someone saying that someone made like a post like, you know, Toei Animation announces like continuation of Dragon Ball Super anime with the Moro arc, and I was like, what? And then I looked down at my fucking calendar and realized it was April 1st, and I like hated that person with all of my heart. Not sure they need to take 2B's parry punish from her. They didn't take it. They made it weaker, right? She can't punish 6XLs anymore, but like if you use a move that has enough recovery, she certainly can. I think her not being able to punish 6XL was actually like a very healthy change, right? I can explain to you why as well. It was specifically the post-pod situation, right? Because the idea with 2B is that once she runs out of skill gauge, she's supposed to be like relatively toothless, right? But what used to happen is that, you know, she would do pods when she was out of skill gauge, and then you would 6XL to take your turn back on her, and she would like parry punish you, and then it would be her turn again. So like specifically the post, oh, this is combo limit. Oh no, oh fuck. The post pod situation is why I think taking away her ability to, like making that parry a little worse was a very good idea. I made that up, but I'm calling it. See, now that I can respect. Unrelated, but Versuja being so strong makes me scared that she's gonna get the Nier treatment where everyone hates her and she gets sent to hell by the devs. I don't think so, because Versuja does not have the same, like, Nier was like a unifying factor of hatred in the community. Like, just the sheer amount of Nier hate you saw, no one is getting that right now, right? If anything, the character that is getting hit, like, if the character, The only times in the Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising community that I have seen an even comparable amount of hatred and complaining about a character is 2B. Not Belial, not Catalina, not Grimnir, right? Not anyone. The only time I've seen a comparable amount of people complaining and hating about a character nearly as much as it did for Nier was 2B. Who, you know, the devs luckily have not, like, shot 2B in the head. So it's good. It seems like they're not just listening to people whining over and over. Versuja is nowhere near, like, the level of vitriol that, you know, people were going after, like, real life, like, fucking Nier players and shit, man. I even hate her like that. I just hate the overall system mechanics that enable her to be dumb as she is. Sure, yeah. But yeah. Besides, like, people hate, the hatred for 2B is because of how much she warps the game around her because of how unique she is and the fact that she forces you to play against her in a way that a lot of people don't find enjoyable, right? The hatred for Nier, though, just came from how overwhelmingly powerful she was. And since Versuja would not have the 2B problem, Versuja does not warp the game around her by virtue of her being so different and forcing you to play against her in such a different way if you want to have a good chance of winning, right? Versuja does not do that 2B thing, and she's just nowhere near as good as Nier was, right? So I don't think she's gonna get shot in the head in that way, right? We buff 2B after she wins Evo, thought? The Belial treatment? Still surprised how even though 2B has no proximity normals, her 5H is still faster than at least one close H. How fast is her far H? If Versusi gets nerfed, it'll be Siegfried or Lucilia's 2.0 treatment at the very worst. Yeah. 14 frames? Ah, I see. I mean, okay, that's it's pretty slow. That's slower than most. So you can say that it's weird that it's faster than at least one close H. You could also say that is slower than most far H's in the game, right? It is slower than most far H's in the game. It's just that Vasaraga close H. Voss is a 15 frame close H. Zan. Yeah, Vasaraga close H is just it's a whole other can of worms, right? It's just an incredibly slow button. Why are you talking about Fudas in Twitch chat? This is what YouTube chat we're talking about 2B and the frame data on her 5H. Twitch chat's talking about Futa robots. All right, Punisher and Lolipe. How did this already derail again? It wasn't me, man. It actually wasn't me this time. It wasn't me, man. It wasn't me. Okay. You know what? Let me get Punisher in here. Mr. Bernthal. Can you guys shut the fuck up? Wait, what? Twitch? Don't worry about it, Razzle. Bro thinks he's Shaggy. It wasn't me looking ass. Good song. Good song. I like the part where he starts, he starts tearing it up in Patois, and I can't understand a single thing he's saying. But, like, you know. Brick should shoot people to derail the convos for the love of the game. Peak hatred. I just don't have that kind of hatred in my heart, brother. I got nothing for you. I can't satisfy these desires. I do, and I'm sure you do. That's why I would not hand you a gun, good sir. Where's this John Bernthal guy, man? Wait. John Bernthal, for the longest time, he was like in a bunch of different shit that I liked, and I just couldn't remember his name ever, right? Like he was like one of the actors that I don't know. Like I always like for so long I'd be like, who is that guy? That's that one guy. That's that guy. And I'd look it up and be like, oh yeah, John Bernthal. And the next time I saw him, I'd be like, that fucking guy. He's the fucking guy over there. He's like Kristen Bell. Kristen Bell was not like this for me, but I see what you mean. Yeah, like yeah, it was just like, you know, ladies and everything. He was all over the place, and he was good in like everything I saw him in. But I could never remember his name. Weirdly, I was just like, it's that guy that I like. And then I would look it up, and I'd be like, oh yeah, John Bernthal. And then I'd look it up again, and I'd be like, fuck, right, it was John Bernthal. And then the next time I see him, you know, it's in like, you know, he's like the Punisher now or something, and I'm like, it's that fucking, I looked this up. It's that one guy, and it's John Bernthal. And like on number 4 or 5 or something like that, I finally could like look at him and be like, oh yeah, that's John Bernthal. I think it was when the like wait became a meme. That's when I was able to fully compartmentalize it
Battle
and
1.
put him in my brain.
Engage.
My mental, oh, my sick zoomer brain needed him to be a meme before I could respect him properly. Let me know when Punisher gets here, or Mr. Bernthal arrives, by the way. You guys did it again, though. Oh, why does he have that? I'm using fucking Ladiva combo router. What in the fuck? Bonk. Okay. Is the new Daredevil good? I have heard good things. I have not watched it. I don't got Disney Plus, but I've heard it's not so bad. People have, I've seen like people posting clips of it, seemingly talking about, you know, this scene was so fire or something like that. People seem to be enjoying it. What the fuck, man? I just want my fucking throw bait, dog. This is bullshit. So true. Man. Fuck. And they say Sora's 5U is unpunishable. Where can I fight you next? Depends on what you mean. Bonk. What was the combo off this again? It was like, you did like this? Oh, and then something like that. I forgot. I forgot the combo off the dash punch. Ah! Oh, okay. I got punched in the dick, man. Brick, hear me out. Random Mario Kart stream when the Switch 2 drops? I'm not buying that shit, man. How about the Switch 1? Then outside of Smash Ultimate, I already regret that choice. I'm not a Nintendo gamer. Most of their games, it feels like, are not made for me. I respect them, but they're not for me. Okay. What the fuck? Okay, sure. Oh man, I just want to land 1-2 to you. It's like my fucking life's goal at this point. And I'll never do it. Most low far Ls are 8 frames. I don't think that's true, right? Sora's is a 7. I think Grimnir's a 7 too, isn't it? Be a Nintendo gamer? I don't think so. Buying the Switch 2 in Canada. You walked up and down Smash. Very true.
Believe in victory.
700 CAD. Yeah, that shit is expensive as fuck, man. They got the first triple-digit CAD game on that shit too, man. Oh, I gotta punish that with 2M. Fucking hell. No, sir. What the fuck? Oh! I wanted to do it again. 7 sounds about right? Yeah, yeah. I know Sora's is a 7. I'm pretty sure Grimnir's is also 7. I don't know what other low RLs there are, but I think their ass is probably 7. Bro, please, bro. I have ray gun! Oh my god. I'm fucking dead, man. I just want to land 2-2-U so badly. They're frame 6, actually? I don't think that's true. That's, I know Sora's far L is not 6 frames at the very least. Why Sora's Mirror? We're waiting for our grand finalist to arrive, Mr. John Bernthal. What's the BMB on this guy now that he can do the funny kick? Is it like this into that? Is that combo limit? Yeah, yeah. Use all every part of the cow. Use all the specials. He fucking 2H'd me. I just want to land 2-2-U, man. I just want to land 2-2-U so badly. Why can't I land 2? I'm not allowed to land 2-2. I can land 2-3-6-U, but I can't land 2-2-U. Like Sora's, yes, but Grimnir is 6, and so is Layul's. Wow. Privilege. Insane. I can hear the stream, bro. Isn't that the point? Are you supposed to? This is some real Sora shit right here, man. Never mind then, UL Farrell low is still 6 frames. Apparently everyone is except for Sora's, man. He just doesn't get to be cool. Oh, again, I don't get to punish that with Far M. I have to do 2M or Far L. Why is Brick beating up on S rank? We're waiting, man. We're just waiting. They wanted to play. The most they're weighing him down or else he'd be frame 6 too. So true. Oh, Bernthal's here. What the fuck? Why did no one tell me? Alright, let's go. I'm the person you're fighting, that's why I can hear the stream. Oh, okay, I knew you were the person I was fighting, but I didn't know, I did not connect the dots as to why you would say that. So true, bestie. So true. Alright, Bernthal. And then Lolipe's got the L next to their name right there. They're coming from loser's side, grand finals. I think Matera's might be 8 frames, but it's also like 5 frames active or something crazy. Yeah. Her far L is certainly, it's a different boy. Putting him in the hyperbolic time chamber. Matera is 8 frames? Yeah. That's why I had 2 HD running up on me. Oh, you're saying you could hear the streams. You could hear me saying that I wanted to lane 2-2-U so badly. Yeah, that makes sense. Because I was like, they're fucking reading my mind, man.
2B.
I see why the master ranks aren't allowed here. You're so good. All right, listen, I feel like you're making fun of me for not understanding they were reading my mind.
Battle 1.
Grim is 6. That's definitely privileged. No, you don't understand, Razzle. Grimnir has no good buttons outside of far H. You know? That's what they don't tell you. Is that secretly, do not believe your ears, do not believe your eyes, do not believe your brain. There are no good Grimnir buttons outside of far H, Razzle. Sure. So yeah, so Lipe coming from loser sides in grands here. Wait, he has other buttons? Oh, I mean, that's fair. That's true. That's so true, actually. That's, you know, so true, bestie, actually. But yeah, so Lipe coming from loser's side basically means that Bernthal, Punisher, here. Actually, I don't even call him Punisher because his tag on the challenge was not John Bernthal, it was Punisher. But he has an extra life, basically. We're gonna run the first to 3 right here, and then if Punisher wins, then that's it, right? Tournament's over. If Lolipe wins, we run a second first to 3, and then winner of that takes on, right? Far L, 2L, and 2M are all 6 frames, but also all light clash level. Okay, 2L should be 2L clash level. Yes? Because if his 2L is light clash level, that's broken. But I think that's not what you mean. And compared to Far 5H, yeah. But, you know. Back with a buffalo potato and fried tenders. I'm gonna eat some of this fried chicken. You made me hungry saying that. Some popcorn chicken right here. Didn't a B win the last 1v1 tournament? Arxis nerfed this woman, no more low 2-2H. Beatrix is very good, yes. Again, if I had to right now, I probably would put her as best character in the game. Oh, sure. So being 2L level, that makes Mari so awkward for him, yeah. His 2M being light attackable, I didn't know about that. That's pretty common for a 6-frame 2M, right? Abel has a similar thing. He has a 6-frame 2M that's very good, but it is light attackable, so it gets crushed by a lot of stuff. Did Lediva get hit by the patch? I know Boss was basically untouched. Lediva got buffed very big by the patch. She didn't get any changes herself, so like nothing about her got nerfed or buffed, but she is one of the biggest beneficiaries of both of the universal system changes, I think. She loves the counter hit DP change. She loves it so much. Because she gets just insane reward off like counter hits close H compared to regular close H, right? In terms of either corner carry or damage, depending on what she wants to do. And the Brave counter change, she's one of the characters that use save jumps the most out of like the entire cast. Her entire offense was looped around the ending her combos in the air 360 grab and then save jumping after, which used to be a lot worse because of how Brave counter would just kind of invalidate her save jump. But now it's like, it's genuinely like very, like you are just forced to hold that 50-50, right? Because when she blocks Brave counter, it just puts you in another, it just SPDs you or like, you know, close L's you or something. So like, Lediva, I think, is one of the characters that literally did not get changed at all in the patch. Like of the characters that said, you know, there are no no adjustments were made to this character besides universal changes. Of the characters that said that in the patch notes, she might actually be the biggest winner, I think. Because like Fairy and Matera and stuff like that definitely, you know, had a better time than Lediva did. But ow. Because also, notably, Ladiva, compared to some other characters who might like certain changes, Ladiva also doesn't have a meterless DP herself, right? So it's all good for her. Now, of course, you know, on defense, the BC change can make her life a little bit harder, right? But her defense is already also like always huge gambles and shit like that anyway. Also, my god, what did I do to deserve this? Can definitely feel the BC changes that people feel far more scared to use it now as well. I mean, Vasaraga, I would argue, is one of the characters who, he really didn't care too much about the BC changes, because he was one of the characters who was best against BC in the game already. With Soulforged up, Vasaraga, like, he removed BC from the game, right? So, he probably doesn't really care. It probably hurts him more than anything, just because it makes his own defense worse, with his defense already bottom 1, right? So it probably hurts him more than anything. I was queued up on Grim as a meme and killed the sport as rank by doing nothing but spamming far H. Yeah. It makes a newer Grand Blue player. I've always wondered why I never see Zeta in tournaments. I figure both a top tier character and a cute girl should be everywhere, but she seems wildly underrepresented in tournaments at least. She is not like a my best guess basically is that kind of like Grimnir. She is not a very simple character, Grand Blue wise, right? She's not like Beatrix or Catalina or Belial or stuff like that. Like, you know, the things that make her good were discovered a little bit later and also are a little bit more difficult to do, right? That they make them easier in this patch, from my understanding. So I think that's a big reason as to why, you know, you don't see that many, not even just like at tournament level, just like in general, you don't see that many Zetas, right? Like, you know, by and large, you can say a very similar thing for Grimnir. It's just that the reason people are much more okay with the idea of, like, this Grimnir guy might be kind of broken. He's also pretty rare. It's just that we also, you know, just straight up, like, contention for best player in the world, period, Zane, plays Grimnir, right? So, like, people are like, oh, I see Zane all the time. Oh, I see Grimnir all the time. And it's like, well, you know, like, how often are you seeing Grimnirs getting, like, crazy-ass results? When the name is not Zane FGC at the top right there, right? What's the score? Oh, fuck. What is the score? Grim is only known because Zane exists? Yeah, and there are other, like, very good Grims, but I'm talking, like, you know, like, world-class winning big tournaments level Grimnirs. It's mostly him, right? Except you see people, so everyone's like, bro, you know, the same people will be like, Grimnir's fucking top 1 broken. They'll be like, I don't really know, you know, Zeta seems kind of potential one to me. And it's like, they're the same fucking character, right? Like, Grim maybe does some shit a little better, but, like, the things that make Grim good are basically the things that make Zeta good, too, right? It's just that, you know, the one guy who might have played her decided to play Grim instead. In my experience, Zeta is a bit harder to play and control than you might think. She's good, but online rollback can really mess up her routes. Fair, but that's not gonna be super relevant for, oh god, like, major tournament placements, right? Grim got what Diafung called the 9 to 5 buff, where the hardest stuff to do with him got way easier. Yeah. All fun and games till Gamera picks up Zeta, which he really, like, he's not gonna need to, right? Because there are other characters who are at least equivalently good, if not better, who are also simpler to play, right? Like, there is definitely, you know, unless it vibes with your exact playstyle, or you, like, really think that you can be effective with that given toolset. If you don't have, like, a given reason to play one over the other, it is kind of tough to justify playing a more complicated character over a simpler character, right? Even if that more complicated character maybe is a little bit stronger. I always call Grim Oki Boy and Zeta Oki Girl, yeah. So I just need to convince Zane to swap to Zeta, noted, so true. Zeta's just Grim, but with no setup necessary, but her air dashes are slightly worse. Yeah. And so the reason that Grim probably, like, you know, I probably would, you know, gun to my head, I probably would just say that Grim is just better than Zeta, if slightly, is because Grim is better when he gets his setup, and Grim's setup is basically trivial, right? But, you know, even then, like, Grim's offense is better than Zeta with his setup up, and again, his setup is trivial, but Zeta's defense is, like, you know, significantly more threatening than Grimnir's. Zeta's also way hotter. That depends on who you ask. Oh, no. Is this gonna save chat? Yeah, it did. The spaced 5L. Hear me out. We remove Grim seal dash hitbox, we can act immediately out of them. It's curious. It's interesting. I'm not sure if that's a side grade or also what was the score? They keep skipping too much. If Gamera did play her, the French woman comment would die pretty quickly. I mean, yeah, I think people, it's fun to watch top players, to see them showcase the stuff that's really strong about characters, right? But I feel like outside of like, you know, people discovering tech and all that, which is not always the best players, it's like the lab monsters are not always the best players of a character, right? In fact, I'd say it's kind of rare for that to be the case. But outside of like looking to other people to like discover tech for the character and like know what the character can do, I feel like I don't really need to watch a top player win with a character to tell me if it's good or not, right? Like, if you understand the game well enough, you can kind of look at a tool set and be like, well, right? Like, what? I mean, well.
Battle 2. Engage.
Now again, watching top players in action can show you things. You can like be like, wait, I didn't know this character could do this, right? But like that's exactly both Zeta and Grim are smashable, so true. You said it before I typed it, Brick? Yeah. Zeta trades better defense for neutral, exactly. That was what happened to me with Zeta, right? Like I was like mid making a tier list, and Elodius was like, do you know that she gets like a looping 50-50 fuzzy that is a fuzzy that's unfuzzyable off every single hit that she gets? And I was like, what? Like, I sat there and talked to him for a little bit because I was like, no, like you're up playing. And he like showed me a bunch of clips and I was like, oh. And then like some other Zetas were also like, yeah, that does work that way. And I was like, oh, okay, well, I thought this character was pretty good before I knew she could do that. And then, you know, it's like, well, I thought she was high tier, and then I learned she had a looping, you know, unavoidable 50-50 that killed you if you tried to, even if you tried to brave counter it, she could kill you for it. And I'm like, oh, it seems enough to move her up a tier, certainly. Grimnir is top 1 because he has 6XL, I fear. Fuck. So true, bestie. Also, what happened? Did my dumbass just miss grand finals? Wait, what? Where's the actual... Why? Oh, because this is happening. Am I stupid? What happened? The shit not over, no? Oh, we only played a third game. Oh, yeah. Goddamn. Got too busy talking about potential woman. Jesus Christ. Punisher, I think Punisher's been pretty consistently top 8ing brackets for a while, right? But this is the first, I believe this is the first dub. Lost in the Yap sauce. I've been, I don't know what it is about today in particular. I've been, like, really lost in the fucking Yap sauce. But, you know, shout out Punisher, for sure. Taking the dub. Again, I think, he used to play Belial, if I remember correctly, but yeah. Super, been joining for several weeks now. Pretty consistently, like a top 8 finisher, right? Has gotten to grands a couple of times too, I think, but I believe this is his first dub, so pretty hype. B, indeed, yeah. Where's the, yeah, there we go. This one, right there. The heh got that right. It's quite the sticker. Watch Texas Showdown? Not today. If we're gonna do it, we'll probably do it Sunday or Monday, probably. If we get Avatar to Master, then maybe. And I played so well this tourney. Him and Hogan are really repping the YouTube boys, the YouTube chat rep. Indeed. Yeah, maybe once we get able to master before we start Anila, we might watch Texas Showdown. We'll see. I think that's my current plan, Salty. But yeah, well done to Punisher. That's gonna do it for the intermediate bracket. I hope you guys listen. I was paying attention to some of the matches. I just wasn't talking about them that much. It was a good time, certainly. And I also, you know, I had a good time sitting here and yapping with chat, too. So I hope you guys did as well. But, yeah, tomorrow is the Open. So, you know, be sure to come by and hang out or sign up as well if you haven't already. There's no restrictions on that whatsoever. Besides, I guess that's not true. Besides the region lock, right? It's North America, South America, or Europe. So it's a pretty big allowable region. But, like, yeah, if you're not from one of those 3 continents, then, unfortunately, you're not allowed. Otherwise, you should sign up, you should join, or you should at least come by and hang out when it starts tomorrow at 6 p.m. Getting able to master, but have you considered $5? Listen, it's a worthwhile trade. It's a streamer OS, man. It's a worthwhile trade. But yeah. Anyways, hope you guys had fun with the bracket. I suppose I'll end the stream on YouTube here. Maybe we'll find someone to raid on Twitch. Goodbye, YouTube fellas. Have a wonderful day. I try to set with you sometimes, not played you since the week I